Oh, is it that time again? Wasn't I just here yesterday? Or so it feels like that I was talking to you last time. Hey, welcome to the Spill.com live call-in show. I am Corey Coleman, creator of Spill.com, and your lovely host this evening. Now, I just want to lay down some rules real quick because we're gonna jump right into it because I'm looking right here and we already got calls right off the bat, like a lot of calls from the start. So I'm not going to waste your time. I'm just going to tell you what I'm looking for in a nice call and what to do when you do call. And I might even give you a few other details about what's happening with the site before we get into taking your calls. But before we do that, listen, and you hear me say this all the time. When you call up, please have something interesting to say. Don't call up just for casual conversation like you're calling your buddy at home. My time is valuable, and so are all these other people who are calling up right now. So be nice. Just give us something good to talk about, entertaining to talk about. It doesn't always have to be about movies, but just make sure that we can get a good conversation out of it. Also, if you've called before, because a lot of you call over and over again, I don't mind that. I like talking to you, whoever you may be. We have some good calls that I love to talk to every week, especially the funny ones. A lot of people with Asperger's syndrome. I like to talk to those people. But listen, if you have called before, again, be courteous. There's a lot of people who are calling. Like I say, today it's already piling on. It's more than usual. Usually when I start this show, we start out with about like maybe two or three people calling. Right now, we have a full roster. So with that in mind, just be nice and remember that if you called before, there are other people who probably have not called who would like to talk. Let's give those people a chance. And I'm going to give you a little insight on what's happening. As I've mentioned, I'm going to be mentioning this a lot. We have the Spill Festival coming up, and it is the weekend of June 25th. Now, I haven't even found the official name for this festival. One name was suggested to me, and I'm still trying to go over that. It's called Spill.com. But I think, and I'm being serious about this, I think that name is already taken. I think it's taken by an oil company or an annual meeting of oil companies or people who clean up oil spills or something. A lot of people don't even realize that we got this name Spill.com only when it was available when an oil company, an oil cleanup company, went out of business. You know, the people that go out there and scrub down the penguins and shit when they all get covered in oil and about to die, and they go in there and take all the oil off of them along with their feathers and skin. That was this company, Spill.com. And it became available when that company went out of business, and they bought it for a lot of money too. I'm sure a lot of you know, if you're on the internet a lot, you know how much domain names cost. But if you don't know, check this out. When Spill.com became available, it cost $60,000 to repurchase just for a name. It's not even like 60 letters in that word, and it was $60,000. So it's not surprising to learn that Spill, or maybe it was called Spillcon. I wonder if we can get away with it by putting Spill.con in there. We don't want to confuse anybody because I'll be waiting for people to show up from Spill.com, all the members, and there'll be a bunch of people coming in ready to clean up oil. And I don't want to create that kind of confusion. So if you got some good names for the festival, I'm open to it. And yes, we are going to be selling tickets for it, but only because it is going to be bigger than usual. The last few years I've been selling. I'm not selling, but because I haven't sold any tickets for anything. I didn't get my money back from shit. No, the last few years it's been free, and that's because I just put these parties on myself. I took some money out of my account, threw a party, and that was it. It was just a gathering of people at a bar, and maybe us doing a live show in front of people, like a live podcast or a panel. But this year we're planning on having some musical guest. Hopefully, I'll be able to get a couple of the directors over that I want. I don't know if I've lost them yet because I've been trying to contact them and they've been like, "Oh shit, it's Corey, I ain't answering him." But we'll keep trying to get them. But whatever it is, it's gonna be pretty big. And so we're not gonna like gouge you for any money. We're just gonna charge whatever it takes to cover up the cost. This year we actually have a budget. This year we got $5 instead of 3. So we got to make that $2 up some kind of way. No, it's actually a sizable amount of money that went into this, and that's why we have to kind of charge for it. They're trusting me to make something out of this. I got to give some money back. So please don't make me give my money back to this company that I'm working for because I like to eat. I like to eat a lot these days. All right. Now, with all that said, Why don't we go ahead and jump into some calls? Like I said, I'm not going to waste your time. I mean, it's only been like 6 minutes in, and y'all already like, oh, will you hurry up, shut the fuck up, and let us talk? Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Never let it be said that KC ain't here for you. And we're going to start out our show today with lucky area code 724.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, this is Aaron.
Aaron, how you doing,
Yep.
man? How's it going?
Good.
Now,
I'm doing real good.
so now, Aaron, you know I talk to you all the time.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna make this call like go fast. All right, bye, Aaron. I'll talk to you later. No, Aaron, I'm kidding with you. Hey, how's it going, man? What's your question?
Well, no, I just wanted to ask you a quick question because I want to let other people get on the phone. Did you happen to see the remake of the We Are the World video that happened yesterday?
No, I did not watch that. I I know I probably should have because it was probably something to talk about. But let me tell you what I did yesterday. I worked my ass off yesterday is what I did trying to get reviews up. I didn't sleep. I worked for 24 hours straight, which I know I say this all the time, but it happens. And when I do that, I tune out everything. I tune out television. I tune out sometimes phone calls. I tune out people. So I mean the like my next door neighbor can be getting murdered, and I can hear her through the wall screaming for her life. And if I'm up here working, that bitch is dead because I'm not answering. I'm working on a wolf man. Will you shut up? Help me! I'm being raped. Shut the fuck up, wolf man. But but no. So I did not watch it, but I heard that it was kind of cheesy. Was it?
It was not really. I actually thought it was, as far as a cover of the original song goes. I thought it actually did a pretty good job at it. I mean, it's not as great as the original, but I think it's at least somewhat entertaining.
Okay, so I know Kanye West was there. Did they even invite him, or did he just pop up and just start singing in front of everybody? I know y'all doing this for charity, but I got to sing, y'all. Did he have? Hey, when he came up, did he have his auto tune on?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. When he came up, did he have his auto tune on? Because you know what the auto tune is, right?
No, I do not. What is it?
The auto tune is that thing that makes you talk.
Oh, yeah. The thing T-Pain is known for. Yeah, that was in there.
Okay. See, that's why I couldn't get into it because I remember when we had the first We Are the World, and even then, the first We Are the World was started by Bob Geldof, who is I think he was in that movie Pink Floyd's The Wall, and I forgot the name of the band that he was in, the Boomtown Rats, I think, a band from the 80s. He was real upset because the lead singer of NXS stole his girlfriend, and I think he married her or something. And so here's a guy that's doing like, and I know that I think he also headed up, and people correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm really rusty on the information of this. I knew it when it first came out, but Bob Geldof, I think he also did Feed the World, which was a lot of British acts that did it. Their act for charity for Africa.
I actually know the song you're talking about. It's Do They Know It's Christmas Time?
Yeah. That's it.
With,
Feed the world.
Uh-huh.
Do they know it's Christmas time? Hungry Africans. It was that one, and they. And so Bob Geldof, I think, not like I said, I might be wrong, but I think he brought We Are the World over for American artists to also do a charitable event for Africa. And if you don't remember that, kids, it was like some of the most famous artists at the time: Michael Jackson, not Bob Geldof, but Bob Dylan. I think they had Ray Charles. I mean, it pretty much had everybody in there. I mean, people who weren't even supposed to be famous showed up. I mean, so it was considered to be a successful event, but I think it's kind of brought Bob Geldof's career down. So here's a guy that did like all this stuff for charity, and I think it kind of slowed his career down. And he got his wife taken by the lead singer of NXS, who wasn't even there to sing for We Are the World. Or maybe he was there for Feed the World. I don't know, but so it just kind of, I don't know. It just kind of made me sad to know that they were doing this again, and I wonder how much help it was actually going to do. Not that I'm criticizing it, but I don't know. And the other thing is, like I said, when I thought about Kanye West being there, singing "We Are the World," I don't know. The whole thing just kind of.
They had a lot of people there. Like they also had LL Cool J was there, Miley Cyrus. They had like various people. They had like who else was there? Jennifer Hudson. They had the kid who sings that song One Time. They also had the lead singer of the Pussycat Dolls. Vince Vaughn was even there.
Vince Vaughn?
Yeah, that like you. Have you
like
did you ever see the original We Are the World video?
So they had people who were like who were actors who couldn't even sing there, and
Yeah, they had Dan Aykroyd was in the background in the original video, and I'm assuming they put him there they put Vince Vaughn there just to be him for him to be the Dan Aykroyd of,
hey,
the,
wait a
of that
minute,
video.
wait a minute. I'm looking at the video right now. Shit, I was there. Whoa, if you freeze frame it, I was busy yesterday. And even they had so many people there. I showed up. I didn't even know. It's me. Look, it's me and co-host back there. We're not even drinking. We're going around like grabbing people's breasts and like throwing up. Whoa, everybody was there. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We're singing in the Leon's afro like it's a microphone. Nice. Well, see, I can't remember the first We Are the World too much. Did they have actors show up for that too?
Just Dan Aykroyd, I think, was there, but this new video, it didn't have just Vince Vaughn. I think Jeff Bridges was in there too. But considering that he just did Crazy Hard, I can kind of understand why they would have him in there. But I think I also saw Scarlett Johansson in there too.
Yeah, and there's something about that. Look, I don't want to put it down. I really don't, because I think that if they're doing anything good, because this event was for Haiti. Like the last one was it was USA for Africa, and so this event was for Haiti. And with all these celebrities showing up, it's not even singers now, it's celebrities. And was Gary Coleman there?
I don't think he was there.
Then I would. Okay, I would have regretted not seeing that Gary Coleman was there, but no, it just seemed like a kind of almost like a vanity project too. So I don't want people to think that I'm actually trying to put down a good event. It's better that somebody did something than not at all. And I don't want to I'm not one of those kind of people that puts down celebrities for trying to put things together either. I remember like watching. What was I watching? I was watching the Home and Garden Network yesterday, Home and Garden Television, and they were on one of those shows. They had Brad Pitt on. I mean, if you look at these shows, they're cool, but they don't cost a whole lot to happen, and it's not like they bring on all these famous celebrities. But they brought on Brad Pitt, who was out there. Now a lot of people want to talk shit about Brad Pitt, but they had Brad Pitt out there building homes for people in Louisiana. I mean, he came out and spoke to the people in Louisiana. I remember one black woman was up there talking about, thank God for Brad Pitt, because these other crackers out here don't give a damn. Now, she didn't say the word cracker. I kind of put that in myself. But it was like, wow, I know we all want to put down celebrities as these really vain, self-centered people, but I think they do a lot more charity than usual. It was just something about the whole We Are the World. I'll tell you what it is also. When We Are the World came out, after that, they had everything for Africa. Like, it was USA for Africa, but then after that, they had, like, and I'm serious, they had Hispanics for Africa. They had kids for Africa, which is like a bunch of has-been kids that you never will see today who were kind of popular back then getting together for Africa.
I think I remember watching a video earlier this week that had something to do with that. I think it was Children of the World. I think they had like Alfonso Ribeiro in there, I think, and like Fergie when she was a young kid. At least, I think that's the one.
Yeah, I think that was it. You remember that?
Yeah, I think I just watched the video for it this week.
They had fucking janitors for Africa. They had dogs and cats for Africa. So I don't know, man.
They had heavy metal people for Africa.
Yeah, they had hair bands for Africa, which was, it's like, God damn, how many things are you gonna have for Africa? Negroes for Africa, Africa for Africa. I mean, it was like, shit. I mean, come on, man. Enough is enough. And half this money I know ain't all going to Africa, because those motherfuckers in Africa are still hungry. I mean, as many things as they have for Africa, I should be looking at TV and people should have like starving African kids sitting in front of turkey dinners, every one of them. Like, I have this shit, I know it's not going to Africa. So anyway, that's no, I did not watch it. I went on this tirade about that, but you said it was cool, huh?
I would say it's at least entertaining. I mean, I'd say if you'd like the original one, I think it's at least it's listenable. I mean, you can listen to it, and I mean, it's not that bad.
Okay.
Especially considering the young people that are in it, like I said, Miley Cyrus and the Jonas Brothers. They only sing like little bits and pieces of it. So
the Pussycat Dolls were there, huh?
Uh-huh.
You know what?
Just for like 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
If the Pussycat Dolls are gonna be there, if I was in Haiti, I'd be like, send them over. Don't send me food. Send the Pussycat Dolls over. Like, they haven't give me, give me some food and give me a little bit of ass from the Pussycat Dolls, and I'll be fine. I mean, so all our prostitutes are like out of commission right now since Haiti went under. We need the Pussycat Dolls over here. They should be over there having sex with everybody in Haiti. That's what they should do. They don't need to be up there singing on We Are the World. They should be over there having sex with people. And, lifting spirits. That's my. Hey, don't put me in charge of a benefit. that should be shut down in 2 minutes. Any fine ass girl that walks the door, I'll put her in a crate and mail over to Haiti. So, anyway,
and then
man.
They'll send the crate into a warehouse just like in Indiana Jones.
No, I'll make sure it goes over to Haiti, or maybe comes back to my house. I'll put my address on there. So anyway, hey man, let me go ahead and take the next call, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, thanks.
All
Bye.
right, bye.
Bye.
So a lot of people are complaining that my mic is kind of soft, and I turned it up a little bit, and I say soft because you can't hear the T. That's how low I am probably. A lot of people say my mic is low, and that they can't hear me right now. And if you can hear me, let me know. Some people talking about pump up the jam. I don't know what's going on. My mic is up. It's not any lower than what it usually is. Let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna check this out. Maybe something weird happened here. I could have swore that I had all my preferences ready. I came prepared, had all my preferences ready when I started. Okay, look. I don't know what the deal is. I turned up the mic a little bit. People should hear me. Can you hear me now? The callers are loud. Okay, I don't know what to do then. God damn. It's Skype. Okay. All right. Look, we'll just keep going and see what happens. And let's take a call from area code 407.
Hello?
Hello.
Mr. Coleman.
And you are?
I am David. I'm a long-time listener, first-time participant.
Okay, Mr. David, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I have a question.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Are you that David that I got into it with yesterday?
I'm not a member of your site.
Okay, you're not a member. What the hell am I doing talking to you? How dare you? I say good day to you, sir. No, I'm sorry, David. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead with your question.
Me and my brother just finished watching the Avatar: The Last Airbender series, and have you seen the series?
I have not watched the series. I've watched a couple of episodes, and I really like the animation in that show, man. Now, I can't tell you the story and I'm going to try and sit down and watch a lot of them before the movie comes out, the M. Night Shyamalan film.
Exactly.
But I have not watched the show. Now, answer me something here, because I want to know if I have this correct. Avatar: The Last Airbender, that's a show that's animated in America, but it's mimicking a Japanese anime style. Am I right?
To some degree. I'm not entirely sure about that. Anyways.
Because if that's the case, I really admire the art style of that show.
Oh, yeah. The art style is outstanding.
It is incredible. I mean, for a show that tries to get that Japanese style going, it does an incredible job at it. I've seen people try to rip off that anime style here in America, and I've seen them do terrible work with that. And not to mention, let's just take the fact that it's trying to, if it is true that it's trying to mimic a Japanese anime style. I mean, even if it wasn't in that style, the animation just alone is incredible. So anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. Thank you. Anyways, we were watching the show, and the character Aang, the protagonist,
talking about the little bald head boy.
Yeah, the little guy, and he has tattoos like all over his body, kind of. And when he gets like super kind of pissed off or whatever, like they glow, and it looks really awesome. And I was watching, I was like, man, how cool would that be if that was a design for a sweater, where like you get a white long sleeve sweater and a hoodie, and just all along the arms of the sweater up until the back, and it goes over to the head of the hoodie. Was the design of Aang's tattoos. And I was like, man, I would love to get something like that for myself. But then I was like, what if I just mass ordered that and
and
sold
sold it, your ass would get sued. That's what's would
Probably.
happen. They take you and tattoo your ass up.
Yeah, right.
Except it wouldn't be that tattoo. That Nickelodeon would snatch you up and tattoo "I am a thief" on your head and on your ass if you try to do that. No, they probably wouldn't they probably wouldn't sue you. They would just say, first of all, if you tried to do it without permission, they would probably, if you didn't go too far with it, they would probably say, give you a cease and desist. Now, if you made a lot of money off of that, they would sue for
Right.
damages. They would definitely sue for damages and then some. Do you live with your parents?
I'm sorry?
How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18. Are you still at home with your parents?
Yes.
You and your parents would be out in a fucking cardboard box if you tried to do that.
Yeah.
You would
Well,
have
I
no more
wouldn't
home.
obviously say, look, that this is the last Airbender. I mean, it looks cool if you said if no one had ever seen the show.
Let me tell you
'Cause
something.
I
Don't
did some
don't let
designs on
hey look.
Photoshop.
Don't let Avatar put you out on the street. All right, you just get that idea out your head right now because the last Airbender. You know what? They're about to bid your ass right out of your home and out onto the sidewalk because if you try to do that, they will sue the shit out of you if you make money off of that. They will sue for damages. They will want a percentage of what you sold, and then there would probably be something on top of that. Yeah, your parents will fucking kill you, man, if you tried to sell that because you would get into a world of trouble.
True.
So,
Yeah,
of course, if you probably wouldn't be able to get that far because I'm sure people monitor the internet for something like that. And the moment that it caught on, somebody would notice and report back to Nickelodeon, probably people who work for them, and they would say, "Would you look at this motherfucker here selling our jackets?" And then they'd tell you to stop. So yeah, now it's a great idea and it's something that you could probably suggest to Nickelodeon, but you're not going to see any money out of it. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, so I mean, if you have some good ideas, I always tell people, if you're inspired by a show and you have these great ideas, you have a lot of people who have a tendency to just want to mimic what they see. And I don't even think there's two kinds of people. There are people who are just bitches, man, and they just rip off somebody just to rip them off. And that's where you get,
True.
and they just do it for money. They know that they can ride the backs of somebody else and then they can cash in on it. That's why you see a lot of those rip off Disney videos in Walmart. Like, Disney has a lot of properties which don't have copyrighted names. They don't have ownership over that name, like Aladdin.
Right.
They don't have they can't own the name Aladdin. But they can do a movie on it with their art style. So that's where you get people who say, well, they don't own the name Aladdin, so we can put out an Aladdin video ourselves, and then we can just make it close enough to where we don't get ripped off.
Right,
And
I have seen those.
yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch the movies, but I saw the character, the artwork, and I was like, Aladdin. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Are you
Yeah.
trying to beat Disney?
They're not trying to beat Disney. They're just trying to get, they're trying to ride the Disney wave. They're trying to get a little bit of money by trying to resemble Disney. So you get some,
That's true.
you get some grandma who doesn't know the difference between fucking the green Aladdin that some ripoff guy made and the real blue Aladdin that Disney made, and she's just gonna buy it for her kids. My baby's been asking for Aladdin for years now, So yeah, so they'll buy that. But then you got some people who love something so much that they'll mimic it to the point where they are ripping it off, but they don't know that they're really just ripping it off. They just like what they see and they want to do it too. And I always say that if somebody's inspired by something that they see in television, books, or anything, and it doesn't even have to be entertainment, if they're inspired by it, use that to do something original. You might have a good idea. Now, how can I change this to make it mine without just, slapping a different paint or coat on it, a coat of paint on it? So yeah, you might have a good idea for a design for a sweater that you can put your own version of tattoos on, and who knows, after that you might have your own clothing line. So hey, that's my advice to you. I mean, you seem to have a good idea. You seem very inspired. Take it and make something original. Just don't give up on it, and don't feed your ideas to somebody who's going to take it and make money off of you. That's something that I've never wanted to do. Anything I've done, I've always said, I want to be me and I want to be different, even though I've kind of ripped people off myself with what I do, but I've always just, kept that to myself. When I put it out in the public, I changed it. So
Right.
So
has your swag shop been doing well? Just out of curiosity.
Well, that's one of the things that we are going to actually be bumping up on our next version of the site. We're going to have our store, our swag shop, be a little more noticeable on the front page, and we're actually right now talking about new designs and stickers and how to promote those things. So there's a lot of things I've been telling people that we're going to do, and it just seems like we're just talking shit because we haven't put anything up yet, but we are actually going to put some of those implementations up that we've been talking about for a while. It's just those things just take time, and we have limited resources, and we have a very limited staff. So that's the answer to that. So I'm gonna have to let you go, man, so I can move on to
No
another
problem.
call. And
All
it was
right,
good
thanks,
talking to you.
man.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
See ya.
Somebody said spill action figures. What? Do I not have enough action for you myself? That you gotta have an action figure? Well, I'm insulted, you sons of bitches out there. No, we would love to have action figures, man. We would, but right now that's a lot of money. Action figures would cost more than this site. So at some point, I hope that we do sell enough items to where we can have at least little plastic figurines of ourselves. I think that would be a lot of fun. So somebody said, get a Corey dildo for the ladies. I'd be mad as hell if there was a dildo of me and I wasn't there. The real thing. All right. No, there would not be any vibrators or dildos because ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Ain't nothing like. I know y'all like, shut the fuck up and take another call. I will do that. And I will I will do that. I will do that with area code 256.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry.
Who? Oh, is this Annika Skywalker?
No.
Who am I talking to?
Ashley.
Ashley. Oh, I'm sorry, Ashley. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was a different area code. My forgiveness.
No.
Hey, Ashley, let me ask you a question. First of all, how old are you?
17.
17. Okay, I can't ask you that question then. All right, let's go ahead and get into the reason why you called. What's on your mind, Ashley?
I was just wondering, what inspired you to start animating yourself? Like, why did you want to do that instead of just filming yourself regularly? I can't talk, I'm sorry.
Cocaine. That's what inspired me to do that. No, it's no. Listen. What do you mean animate ourselves? We are animated characters. I was born this
I'm
way.
sorry.
I was born this way. I have a condition called animationitis. Now you thought you can't talk. Try saying that. Animationitis is when you're born looking like a cartoon. My mother and father are real human beings, right?
Uh-huh.
But I guess it's kind of, maybe I had some ancestor who was an animated character from a long time ago and it skipped down a few generations and here I am today. My brother and sister, real human beings, but me, born a little cartoon baby. Now, now let's just answer your question. Hypothetically, if I was a human being and I decided to animate myself for let's say a web show that required animated characters to give movie reviews, then the thing that would inspire me to do that is just doing something different. In fact, I can say a lot of things inspired me to do this. First of all, I just like to do things the way I haven't seen them be done before. I have an animation background, and I've always, and I've gotten better at it over the years, and I've always thought like, well, how can I apply this to some of the things that I'm doing already? And so when I was doing a movie review show, I thought, how cool would it be to have animated characters do this? Now, the other thing that inspired me is everybody knows that Gorillaz is one of my favorite bands, and the thing I liked about Gorillaz is that they used animated characters to do their music because, well, first of all, they had so many artists come in that it was just they wanted some sort of consistency with characters that people could identify with, and so they had these characters that they created: Murdoch, Tootie, Russell, and Noodle. And then they also wanted it to be about the music. They didn't want to be distracted by the look of the band or all the fluff that went with all the outside appearances of a band. They wanted to be really about the music, so they decided to hide behind animation. And I thought, like, you know what? That's really cool to just be able to like have characters represent you in a cool way instead of always having to put yourself out there. Because when we did our Access show, people saw us for a long time. We became pretty popular in the city, and I just kind of got tired of it for a little bit and wanted to really concentrate on, first of all, art, and just wanted to concentrate on being entertaining, not on trying to like see what we could get for free, what girls we could meet, and what restaurants or buildings we would go into where people recognized us. So I thought that, and plus it's just, like I said, it's just novel, man. It's cool. No, I had seen nobody doing it before, and I thought, This is just a different way to do things. I do not want to do anything that's been done before. You just heard me say in that call. I don't want to rip off people. I might be inspired by somebody. I might mimic someone in my own time to learn something, but I got to do things different from everybody else. But that's what I would do if I was a human being. But being a cartoon character, being born this way with this condition, animation amenitis, whatever it was, I just decided to do movie reviews, and everybody thought like, wow, it's cool that this poor boy who is an animated character decided to do movies reviews. That is.
So if I ever met you or anything, you'd be animated.
I would be an animated cartoon unless I was wearing a disguise that made me look like a human being. And I hope
Okay.
and let me tell you something. Now, what's your name again? What's your
Ashley.
Ashley, that's right. I started to call you something else. I didn't want to offend you. So, Ashley, women get offended when you call them different things. Now, usually it's when you're in bed having sex with them, but a phone call I think counts too. Ashley, now there's a lot of prejudice and bigotry against animated characters out there, and I just hope that you wouldn't be that kind of person that would do that to us. That's all I would request.
No.
Okay, so if you see me in
No,
person,
I would.
what's that?
I would love y'all just the same.
You would love us just the
Or
same.
animated or real.
Animated or real? Okay, all right. Then
Yeah.
see, you're one of the good ones out there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing a "We Are the World" music video for animated characters who are starving over in Haiti. People remember the human beings in Haiti, but they forget the cartoons that are suffering over there too. So,
Yeah.
so I want to spearhead a charity to let just people know, help the animated Haiti cartoon people. Everybody's talking about run, Ashley. Ashley, look out for Corey. I've been nice to you, haven't I?
Yeah, you have.
Yeah,
you
thank
are
you
really
very
nice.
much. Yeah, thank you. Everybody thinks I'm gonna be a pervert to you. Get naked. And I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding with you. You're 17, I would not do that. When are you gonna be 18?
In June.
In June. Okay. In June you're not gonna be safe. But right now, you and I, we gotta understand. Everything is cool. So Ashley, thank you for calling. I really appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
And it's
I appreciate talking to you.
No, it's a pleasure talking to you. That was a real joy. And I will talk to you later, okay?
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Man, you nasty sons of bitches out there. This girl is 17. I could be nice. I'm not talking bad to this girl. And everybody talking about, Corey, you a freak. Corey, you a dog. All I said to that girl was, hello, how are you? Answer the question and get naked. That's all I said to her. I don't appreciate this this perverted image that you're putting of me out there. Jesus Christ. Can't be a gentleman at all. You people make me want to be a freak. You drive a man to be a freaky cartoon. If I'm a cartoon, that means I can make my penis even bigger. So remember that, ladies. All right, let's go ahead and get into our next call, which is from area code. Uh-oh. Are you ready? 602 602.
Oh, good.
Oh, look at you. You act like you've been waiting a long time. Oh, good. It's about time this motherfucker answered the phone.
I'm just fucking with you. This is Santos.
Santos, how you doing?
I'm all right. Decided to call. Finally managed to realize that there's a show on today. It's like, oh, the show! So,
Santos, my man. What's the deal, man? You sending all these people gifts, and I'm the only one that ain't getting no gifts from you. And I'm the one that started all this stuff. I don't get no respect. I don't get no love. Don't get no gifts from you. What the fuck?
Do you have Alzheimer's? Because we discussed this before.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
What is it? That I don't have an Amazon account, and that's why you can't send me anything, which we talked about probably about 4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Oh, that time. Yes, I forgot about that. So, no, I know. I don't really ask for gifts from anybody. And there's been times I've been tempted to do that because people, if you've been on the site and probably heard any of the Leogs or any other characters talk, they have Amazon wish lists set up that some of you members send gifts to, and I've been tempted to set one up, but for some reason I don't like exploiting you people like that. I don't want gifts from you. I don't know. So it just makes me feel bad. Or maybe it's because I'm in the position that I am where, I'm overlooking everything and it just seems like I'm taking advantage of that position. I don't know. So, Santos, forget I said anything, all right? Just when I see you next time, whenever I see you in person next time, just, give me a hand job or something. We'll be all right. So anyway, what's on your mind?
You know what? I've been wanting to answer this for a while. I don't know how long we'll be able to talk about it. It'll be actually successful anyway. So, but whatever. Point is, did you ever see
No.
Spike Lee's
No, I'm
World War
sorry.
II movie?
Oh, no, I did not. And you talking about the Santa Maria Black People
Yeah,
Soldier movie?
Miracle of Santa Ana. Yeah,
What was it called again? Something over Santa Ana?
Miracle of Saint Anna.
Yeah, that's no. I was dying to see that movie too, and I think I didn't see it because I was kind of heartbroken because I heard the movie just wasn't that good. Miracle of Saint Anna. What is it? Is it Miracle of Santa Ana or Saint Anna?
Saint Anna.
Saint Anna. Okay. That's it. Yeah, Miracle of Saint Anna. No, I wanted to see it, and I was thinking like, wow, cool, a World War II movie where we actually talk about some of the black regiments, some of the black troops, and center on those characters. And we'll see a side of World War II that we really haven't seen before. And hopefully, with Spike Lee's name attached, we can make it more successful. Now, I know that George Lucas is producing a movie called The Tuskegee Airman, which I'm looking very much forward to. But Miracle of St. Anna, I heard, was just not that good. So did you see it?
I did. I didn't like it.
See, there you go. And I think I just stayed away from it because I was looking forward to the movie so much. And if you listen to some podcasts from a long time ago, you'll even hear me say, people would say, what movies are you looking forward to in the next few months? And I would mention that movie, Miracle of St. Anna. And turns out it just kind of came and went, and a lot of people said it wasn't good, and it just kind of broke my heart. And I just stayed away from it.
Yeah, okay, I have my say about it right now. It had a good premise, and the beginning is really like, whoa, it's going to be something. But then it gets to the point where it doesn't seem very well made at all, and it gets kind of silly. And at the ending, it turns into some kind of weird supernatural shit at one part.
Are you serious?
Near the ending, it feels like they might have done. It feels like they pushed some kind of weird supernatural shit in there.
So what happened at the ending? Supernatural? What happened? All the black soldiers turned white? What kind of supernatural thing happened? I mean, what, did like a ghost come up?
Almost. There's a child in the movie they're protecting through most of the film, and it's almost like it seems like he dies, but then a friend of his who had died before comes back and brings her back to life.
Oh, okay. For a Spike Lee movie, I thought the supernatural thing would be like the honky white devil showed up. So, no,
Okay.
Spike
My
Lee's
big problem with the movie, though.
Spike Lee's not like that. He's not militant. But anyway,
Okay.
your biggest problem with the movie is what?
All right, there's a character in the movie who he's the main guy who befriends the child through most of the film, and he's this big black dude. In fact, you can see the actor on CSI Miami. He's on that show. But anyway, the character, big black dude, and he's talking like this, and he loves Jesus.
Yeah, kind of like most of our callers. But anyway, go ahead. No, go ahead. So wait. So what we getting to here? Speed this up, man. You're taking out a lot of time describing this movie, which you said sucks.
Oh, there's a lot of reasons, like I mentioned. But what I'm saying is that you got the character in the movie who some people might consider offensive in some way, made by a black man. In a movie made by a black man.
Well, why would he be offensive?
You know what? Honestly, you'd have to see the movie.
Okay.
You have to see the movie, see the character, and then you understand what I'm talking about.
Well, goddamn, why the hell you bring it up if you can't tell me why he'd be offensive?
It's one
What
of
was
those
he?
things
What was he
that-
doing? Was he jive dancing and eating a bucket of chicken? I mean, what was he? What was offensive about him?
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe the way I saw it. You might see it differently.
Okay. All right. Well, well, you know what? Let me give you a hint here. If you're gonna bring up these kind of details, why don't you tell me the details? You're telling me like there's a character who might be offensive to black people. It's made by a black character. I ask you, well, why is that character offensive? You're like, I don't know. It's just. I'm like, well, shit. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. If you're gonna call me with something. Don't just sit up here and call me with vagueness. God damn it.
No, it's just the way he behaved. He was kind of like a slow character, and kind of dumb.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. I'm not the kind of person to get mad in a movie if they make a character slow, as long as in the right context. Now, we all know everybody's dumb, black, white, and in between. So if a character is made to appear that way in a movie for a reason, I don't mind it. I'm not gonna get mad just because they make a dumb black character. They make people think I'm just really going off on race issues, like, and they can't do anything to black people. Oh, they made that character dumb. No, the character is supposed to be a fucking idiot in a movie, and it fits the context of the film. I'm fine with it. But I'm not offended if a character is black and dumb. If it makes sense. Now a lot of people said, a lot of people might say that, well, what about that character in The Blind Side? He was shown to not be very smart, and you got offended by that. And I was like, yeah, well, there's a lot more than that character being slow that I got upset with. There's a lot more in that film that I got upset with. That, and when I say upset, I'm not raging angry about that movie. I actually like The Blind Side. I'm just not very comfortable with it, and it has more to do. Well, all right, you know what? Don't let me get into it right now because everybody's about to say I'm getting into some race thing. And by the way, Santos started, people, not me. So no,
yeah, it's my fault. It's always been my fault.
No, I have, okay, let me put it this way. I have a problem with movies. I can tell you exactly what it is. I have a problem with movies where black people are slow, and then you have all the white people in the movie who come in and are charitable, and they're made to look like these saints who come in and help the poor, slow, downtrodden black person, like Radio. I have a big problem with Radio. It's a whole town that centers around this retarded black guy who, by the way, it's just ridiculous the way it's portrayed in the movie. They put some goddamn hillbilly teeth and Cuba Gooding Jr. and have him walking down the street with those teeth hanging out, talking about, hey, everybody, all radio, all this radio. That's like, god damn it. And I know that some of these stories are true. Now, I maybe have a problem with people want to tell these stories all the time, because I see there was a time, I'm not going to say it is right now, there was a time when I saw movies where black people were seen mainly as sidekicks. Black people were seen mainly as the sympathetic characters that all the white people helped and rallied around to make them look like they were the great white hope. I hardly ever saw any movies where black people were like the strong figure, where black people weren't portrayed as anything but people. Even when movies where black people were portrayed as strong figures, it was usually in some movie where they were slaves, or it was some movie back from like the Civil War period. And I just like, people want to know where I'm coming from or why I nitpick on race so much, because I would really like to see more movies where black people are just seen as regular people, not as action heroes, not as little poor retarded people, not as slaves, not as mammies, not as thugs, gangsters, or anything like that. Just fucking regular people. Hitch was kind of cool because, it wasn't about Will Smith's race. He was just a guy, who happened to just help people hook up. He was not a pimp, all right? Don't get that wrong, just because he helped people hook up. He was just a guy, and I thought that was kind of cool, So that's where I'm coming from. So anyway, hello?
Yeah, he wasn't a pimp. He even says he wants people to get into relationships.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
And that character could have been played by white, black, or anything in between. I wish this for everybody, not just black people. I want everybody to just be seen as people sometimes in movies. I like to see romantic comedy with a nice, sweet black couple, and not some, between some big black woman and some funny guy, and that black woman's like, if you don't take me over to Popeyes, I'm gonna knock the hell out of you, nigga. I don't want to see that. I want to see people just be fucking people for a change. So anyway, let me go ahead and move on to the next call. All right.
Okay.
And it's good talking to you. It's always good talking to you, Santos. I hope to see you again, maybe at Comic-Con this year. Or sooner. All right?
Okay. Sure.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Somebody said, how come we don't see black midgets in movies? You know what? I agree. We don't see enough midgets doing anything. Actually, I bet midgets are mad about that, too, or dwarfs. I don't know what they want to be called. I heard they want to be called dwarfs, not midgets, but... Little people, I know little people are like that too. I just want to see a movie, a romantic comedy where just little people are just being people. It'd be a short film, but anyway. But I know that was terrible. I'm sorry. All right, let's go ahead and get into a call from area code 202. 202. You're on the line.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, look at you, enthusiastic. Hello.
Hello.
What's up? Shit.
Hey, this is Julian.
Yes. Julian.
I called in a little while ago with Thanksgiving.
Oh, that was you that called with Thanksgiving, which I have not seen yet. I was too busy watching a film called Monstered.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Man, that movie is so funny. There's an actual scene in the movie where, let's see, there was a scene where this little girl, she comes out and tells her dad, there's a killer number 2 in the bathroom. The dad is like, yeah, baby, I'm proud of you. She's like, no, it's not mine. And really, there's a monster turd in the bathroom. There's a killer doodoo in the bathroom. And the father's like, okay, let's see what this is all about. And of course, he goes into the bathroom when his daughter's telling him not to. He's like, no, don't go in there, Dad. No, don't go in there. And when he goes in there, you hear this roar, and the guy's like, ah! And the girl's beating on the door like, no, Dad, the doo-doo, Dad. And I'm sitting up there cracking up, man. I'm like, wow, somebody had the balls to make a movie where a little girl is yelling at her dad talking about the doo-doo, while he's getting killed by a giant turd. That's my kind of movie right there. Who says risque, really challenging cinema is dead? Now that's something different. When's the last time we saw a movie about a killer piece of shit? Never. So anyway, man, what do you kind of?
Well, I was wondering, now that you've played Batman: Arkham Asylum, and Christopher Nolan's got that whole thing wrapped up with the Batman movies, do you think that maybe something like Batman: Arkham Asylum as a miniseries on HBO would be a good idea? And if there's anything else like that you have, in your opinion, that make a good miniseries?
I don't think Batman Arkham Asylum would make a good miniseries. I mean, just based on the fact that it's in Arkham Asylum. I mean, how many times every week can he go back to Arkham Asylum? Now, are you talking about a miniseries or just a series?
No, just like a miniseries, like the story of the game told like in a miniseries.
Oh, you know what? They could do a miniseries on that, because they had before Arkham Asylum, the game came out. There was the Arkham Asylum book that came out like in '89 or '90, and I think that, I don't know if it would be good for HBO or where they would show it, but it'd be a good story of Batman to be told wherever they tell it. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, why not show Batman going into Arkham Asylum? We get more deep with his psyche and how the villains are trying to convince him that he's crazy, and do it some really cool visuals, and I don't know, maybe tell it through animation. I mean, I know at one time HBO was doing a block of animation, and because that's when they did Spawn, and it was
that was awesome.
And I hated that show.
I know, I like Spawn. I think he's cool.
I hate that fucking show like nothing ever. I mean, it was just really they took their whole thing at the time was, oh, HBO's doing adult animation, and you think, okay, this is great. This is the time to tell some really edgy stories and really, daring stories, and do some cool stuff with the art style and the animation itself. And the whole thing with Spawn is just like, every week, let's just show a chick being naked or having sex with somebody, and let's just show a gruesome death. And I really thought, like, wow, how much more shallow can you be? That is not the meaning of adult animation. Let's just see how many boobs and blood, how much boobs and blood we can show. No, it's about the stories too. You were not helping, and at the time, I mean, animation today is considered more of a universal art form than it was even 15 years ago. I mean, and by that I mean that it's being accepted by adults now, and therefore we have a animation that's geared towards adult being made. And that's happened just because a lot of this generation has grown up with seeing anime, with seeing underground films like Ralph Bakshi's films, and we've accepted animation as being something more than just a kids medium, and it's not helping get acceptance among adults even more when you just do something where it just shows like terrible stories but a lot of boobs and blood. That's something that appeals to a 15-year-old, and that doesn't appeal to an adult who wants to see something more sophisticated. But the book by Grant Morrison is a great book, and I think it's in the game itself is a really good game too, and I think those are good basis for a cool Batman story to be told. So yeah, I think that would make a good miniseries. You can do a good miniseries with anything, you do it right.
What about, I know the Spawn movies, but I was just going to say, it's funny that you mentioned Spawn, because, I think his name's Michael J. White, the guy in Black Dynamite.
Yeah,
like
he was Spawn in the movie.
Spawn, yeah. which is a terrible movie, but it's pretty fun to watch.
Oh, that movie's awful, man. That movie's so bad. It's right. It's not just bad for the way the movie is being told too. I mean, that Spawn character. Look, Spawn. I never saw it being able to make a really good movie without changing a lot of things. And the movie came out just like I thought it would be, something that was just ridiculous. I mean, to see like a killer clown come from hell to attack this hell Spawn guy, I'm not saying it couldn't work, but just to tell it straightforward like they did in the comics, I didn't see how that was going to work at all. And then the effects that take place in hell, that looked awful. I mean, that was some of the worst CG. Seriously, that is some of the worst CG I've ever seen in a movie to this day ever. The hell sequence in Spawn. For a major film like that, I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. They got this budget and they're doing this. But Michael J. White was kind of cool.
Yeah. I don't know, I've only seen the movie once, and I was really drunk when I saw it, so I don't remember. I remember it being funny with John Leguizamo.
Well, good for you. How old are you? 12?
I'm 18.
18, okay. I broke into my daddy's liquor cabinet and watched Spawn. I was
pretty much.
I was fucked up. But no, so, hey, that's probably the best way to watch it, man. If you ask me, you need something a little bit harder. Shit, you need fucking crystal meth to watch Spawn, if you ask me. But anyway.
Yeah.
But so I tell you what, man, I'm gonna go ahead and take another call.
Wait, really quick again.
What?
I'm gonna ask you, please unban me.
Oh, that's.
You keep saying you will. Yeah.
All right, God damn it. Here, let me listen to this. I want you to listen to this. That's me pulling out my pen from my pen collection right here. You hear this right here? Pulling out some paper. You hear that? Pulling out paper. Taking the cap off the pen. And I write a note to myself right now. Unban Julian. That's Julian H, right?
Yeah.
Julian H. So this motherfucker will leave me the hell alone. There we go. You are unbanned.
I can't promise
that. I know. I'm just messing with you. No, so I'm so sorry for the delay, and I will unban you as soon as we get off. What the hell? Are you having a domestic dispute in the background?
No, I'm in my dorm right now, and all my friends are listening to me on the site because they didn't believe that I'd get on.
Oh, why would they not believe that you would not get on? It's just a stupid
call-in
show.
They just think this is some movie website, but it's more than that. It's just awesomeness that they don't understand.
They don't want. Who's there?
You want? Actually, I have a friend who wants to talk to you.
Man, put that son of a bitch on.
Hey, yeah, let's put that son of a bitch on. Come on, Kurt. No, come here.
Yeah, talking all that shit.
Okay, here, someone named Kevin wants to talk to you. Get over here.
Talking all that shit, and they don't want to talk to me.
Hello? What's going on, man?
Kevin.
Hello?
Yes.
Go out there.
God damn it, I'm about to hang up on these fucking kids. Hello.
What's going on?
Who is this?
You're cutting out.
Okay, bye. I can't take this anymore. I was about to cuss them out. How can you not recognize the awesomeness that is Corey Coleman and Spill.com? I'm going to find out where these people live, and I'm going to come there and beat the fuck out of every one of them. How dare you? You know what, Julian? You are banned for another 6 months for just keeping that kind of company. How dare you? You got two choices here, Julian, if you'll listen to me. If you listen to me right now, you got two choices here. You either stay banned for another 6 months or you get the hell out that dorm and find some better people to hang out with. People that recognize the greatness that is Spiller.com. I mean, you can smell it coming through the phone. How can they dispute that? Jesus Christ. All right, let's go ahead and take another call here from, who do we have? Area code 215.
Good afternoon, Corey Coolman.
Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
I'm doing okay.
Who is this?
It's your boy, Surfer.
So I knew it. I knew it was you. Long time, man. Long time I haven't talked to you. How's it going?
I'm snowed in, man. This snow is just too much, man. We just got like two snowfalls of like over 25 inches.
Man.
And expecting 6 more next week.
I know you, man. You in there starving right now. See, a lot of people don't realize Silver Surfer here, who's been a member on the site for a long time, one of our oldest members, he eats comic books. He doesn't eat food. So if he can't go out and get his comics, he's gonna starve to death. And I know I'm worried about you, man, because I know it's a mile away from the nearest comic book shop, and you can't walk there in a blizzard.
Now I made it out there to the bookstore yesterday, but you know your mic is breaking up. It's been breaking up the whole time.
Man, it's not just my mic. It's the podcast. I mean it's Skype.
No, because the people have been coming through fine. It's just you've been breaking up.
No, the people come through fine. I break up. My mic is working, I think. Let me make sure. Okay, maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's because of the microphone cord that I'm using. But really, I break up all the time. Now I can tell you, like when I play this back, it's gonna play just fine. Like when I post this up, the recording that's made, you're gonna hear me perfect. But whenever I'm recording using Skype, I gotta find some better way of doing this. Whenever I do it this way, for some reason I break up all the time. I don't know what it is. So anyway.
Well, when is the Valentine's Day review going up? Because since I don't have no Valentine this year, I need something to keep me company.
Man, you don't need no Valentine. Valentine is, look, man, that's just a waste of money if you ask me. If you love somebody, you don't need a day to tell them that how much you care about them. Shit, I mean, it's just an excuse to get people out. Restaurants love it because they get a lot of food. Florists love it because they get to sell a lot of flowers, and chocolate people love it because they sell a lot of chocolates. But really, if I was married or had some real tight thing going, look, I would tell you this. I would say, baby, look, you know I love you, right? And she'd be like, yeah. And I say, so it's the thought that counts. So when I open up this can of soup for you and we sit down and eat Campbell's together, that should not put any weight on how we really feel about each other. And if she gets mad about it, then you know that's not the girl for you. If she's all right with it, then you know that girl really loves you. Valentine's Day should be a test. That's the Corey Coleman test right there. On Valentine's Day, treat your girl to a cup of Campbell's soup and that's all. And if she stays with you, you know it's love. If she laughs at you and walks out, then you know get rid of that bitch.
Mm-hmm. What else?
You know what the hell with you, man? You call me, goddammit. And by the way, the Valentine's Day review is going up right after I finish this show.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was working on it and I would have had it done by now had I not. I had to stop to do this show and be abused.
I didn't hear what you said just now.
God damn it! It's going up. It's going up right after the show.
All right. Well, what's been bothering me? I need your advice on. I mean, I won't be able to sleep till I get a definitive answer from you. Okay. Which movie's going to be bigger this year? Toy Story 3 or Shrek 4?
Wow, that's a hard one, man. I'm gonna say Shrek 4. I kind
of think it will too because it's coming out near a holiday, So.
Yeah, Shrek 4. I mean, okay, for one thing, it already has a heads up on Toy Story by having already 3 sequels. Even though the last one wasn't that great, it still made a shitload of money. And I think Shrek 2 is. What is that like is that like the sixth, fifth highest grossing movie of all time?
Shrek 2, yeah, that's below Star Wars.
Okay, so it just seems like Shrek has a wider audience appeal than something like Toy Story, which Toy Story is gangbusters, but I just have a feeling that Shrek 4 is going to do bigger, even though I'm very skeptical about what it's like after Shrek 3. Now, if you ask me which one's going to be the better movie in quality, I'm going to say Toy Story 3, because I think Shrek has gotten to the point where they're just putting out sequels now just to cash in. And the Toy Story series being put up by Pixar, they're the ones that say, hey, look, we care about the integrity of our films. We care about the story. We're not releasing something unless we think it deserves a sequel. So.
Well, not only that, but, they always talk about the plan. They had all these movies they wanted to put out, and they wanted to get them out first. Because, when they did 2, I don't think they was ready to do that originally, because they was trying to get all these other Wallies out and stuff. But
yeah,
now that that's all over with, I guess they can get to the third sequel.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that Toy Story 3 is going to be great. I mean, I have no doubt that it will. With John Lasseter overlooking the production, I think it's going to be just fine. And I think that the first two Shrek movies were brilliant too. I love the first two Shrek movies. I'm really disappointed in that last one. But yeah, so yeah, that's gonna be if you and I were betting money, I would say Shrek 4 is gonna be the bigger film.
Yeah, I kind of think I think the May holiday is going to really help it. And coming out in May, you know, all the movies in May do well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the only movie I know that bombed that came out in May was Speed Racer.
Yeah, and Speed Racer wasn't like a sequel. It was an old property. It wasn't a property that people were demanding. You know, especially kids. I mean, they don't know. They're not familiar with Speed Racer as much as the adults are. So that's my answer right there, my friend. So I'm gonna go ahead and take another call.
Before you go, did you ever get that voicemail I left you on Skype?
No. What did it say?
I was trying to figure out when you was going to be in New York around May to schedule something so that maybe you can swing down and participate.
Oh, that's right. You got something going on in Pennsylvania. You're trying to get something together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know when I'm going to be there in May. I mean, these trips are planned every month, so I don't know exactly when I'm going to be going up north. I know I go to New York about once a month. And I only know about 2 weeks ahead of time before I go. So but if you let me know, here's the deal. If you let me know ahead of time when you're planning on doing something in Pennsylvania, then I will probably schedule my time around that.
All right, yeah, I got a weekend picked out, so I'm just I got to call the hotel to see what kind of rate I can get for people that's coming into town. So,
okay.
That's about it.
All right, then I can't say it's been a pleasure talking with you because you've been fucking with me this whole time, but it's always good to hear from you.
Now, you see that, you know, I just had a birthday, so respect your elders.
How old are you now? Do you want to say?
Say again now?
How old are you now?
How old am I?
Yeah.
That's not for the general public
to
know.
Oh, Jesus, man. What are you, a chick? Come on. Guys shouldn't be scared to tell their ages. What are you? You're like about 55 now, right?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, you're not? Okay, I'm sorry. All right, then. Well,
yeah, I don't know how old I am, so he just put it in the chat room.
Well, happy birthday, old man. Go to Luby's and get a discount. So I'll talk to you later, all right?
All
right. See you.
Bye.
You know, people are telling these girls to post their numbers like I'm going to be the one to pick them. Because people think that, like, I'm partial to the ladies. And I'm not that way. I'm very fair. I pick who's ever next. I do not look for females to simply talk to because I'm just not that kind of a guy. You call me dogs. You call me perverts. I'm a very equal opportunity person. I'm not ruled by my penis here. I'm sorry if you think that. So, no, I would not pick a girl's number first just simply based on the fact that it's a female. Anyway, we got a call from area code 724. 724?
Hello?
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Who is this?
This is Caitlin Turner.
Caitlin, wow, Caitlin. You know, I've said I wouldn't pick a female, and what a coincidence. Your number just happened to come up. People, that was a total accident. I don't know what happened. I just let my fingers do the talking like I do with most women. Anyway, how's it going, Caitlin?
It's going pretty good. Okay, I was wondering if you heard anything about these two movies, the Maximum Ride movie and the American McGee Alice movie.
Oh, you're talking about the American McGee based on the video game.
Yeah, because I keep hearing about it and the Maximum Ride one, but then suddenly all news stopped.
Yeah, because that game, well, at one time American McGee, American McGee is a video game company that was doing they did two games. They did an Alice in Wonderland game where it was based on of course Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, and it was his Alice in Wonderland was like a really warped, twisted version of that world. Like Alice had left Wonderland for a little while, and she was trapped in not trapped, but she was put in an insane asylum. And while she's in this insane asylum, she goes back to Wonderland, which pretty much is in her head. So when she goes back, she has to kind of save Wonderland from this twisted version of itself. And at one time, what's his name? The guy that did what do you call it? Nightmare on Elm Street. Who's that guy that did Nightmare on Elm Street?
Wes Craven.
Wes Craven. Wes Craven was slated to do a movie version of that. And from what I know right now, that movie's dead. And especially with Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland coming out, you're not going to see that film. Hello.
What about the Maximum Ride movie? Have you heard about it?
No, I have not. Why don't you tell us about that? I haven't heard about that at all.
Maximum Ride is a series of books by James Patterson.
Okay.
And then it got out that he was doing a movie and then suddenly all news stopped. So I figured it was dead, but I was wondering if you heard anything.
I have not heard anything, and I know the movie that you are. I know the books that you're talking about now, and I think that the movie the company. Okay, I know exactly what I think the company might still have that property, but chances are that probably is not going to go anywhere because they don't have any directors, they don't have any writers, they don't have any story, they don't have anything. What the fuck are you at? Where you at? A Las Vegas casino joint? What the fuck is that?
No, that's just my phone.
Well, cut that shit off.
I'm on my cell phone.
What? Goddamn, you sound like you're at an amusement park. Is that a clown behind you somewhere? Cut that off.
Sorry.
That's okay. Jesus Christ. No, and that movie does not have any. It doesn't have anything attached to it. So chances are, when movies are like that, they're just kind of in limbo. You're probably not going to hear about it for a while. If they didn't make it when the coals were hot, you're not going to hear about it anytime soon. So that's my answer.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Is that it, Caitlin?
Yep, that's it.
All right, then I appreciate your call. And
all right, thank you for taking my call.
Hey, what's your name on the site? Is it Caitlin?
It's Aqua. On the chat room, I'm Aqua Flame, but yeah, on the site it's Caitlin.
It's Caitlin. Okay. Have I ever talked to you on the site before?
No, I just recently joined.
You just recently? I
just recently
joined.
found you guys.
Oh, okay. And how's it been so far?
So far, it's been really good. Everybody's been really welcoming.
Yeah, but there's a lot of nice people on the site, right?
Mhm. Very nice.
No, we're very cool people here.
All right, thanks.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right, bye.
God damn. Caitlin's cell phone sounds like a fucking casino room. Can't you imagine that shit going off in a movie theater? She'd be the person that you would hate. You sit up there watching a movie, cut that shit down. All right, let's take a call from area code 813. 813.
Hello?
Yes, 813. How are you?
Good. It's Tommy.
Tommy, how are you, sir?
I'm fine. I wanted to ask you, I was recently listening to an audio interview with Terry Gilliam,
mm-hmm.
and he was talking about the Robert Zemeckis motion capture type movies, and he was essentially saying that it looks way too realistic, and so there's really no point in doing that animation if you're not, exaggerating it a bit. And I wanted to know how you felt about that.
I say the look is way too realistic right now to be convincing. I mean, there's so much. I mean, we're so familiar. We know the human face so well that when they're trying to do it in his mode of CG, it just comes out creepy because it looks too real to be cartoonish and to be exaggerated, but it doesn't look exaggerated enough for us to take it as a caricature. So as people say, they always just come out looking like zombies. I can kind of understand what they're doing with it. I mean, it's technology that's supposed to just be a way of pushing the technology. I mean, they're films that are supposed to be a way of pushing the technology to see just how close they can get to actually mimicking the human face and the human body in CG. And for them to I think it's better done when you do it in films, like I've mentioned before, where you do it in films like Benjamin Button's, where you can mix it in with other human beings and it doesn't draw attention to itself, but yet you're still able to push the technology itself. But when you put it in something like the Polar Express, and you put it in, what was that other movie he did, A Christmas Carol,
Yeah, and Beowulf.
In Beowulf, you're spending so much time with those characters and you're having to look at them so much, especially in scenes where they're not involved in a lot of action. They're just talking, and it just becomes very noticeable that these aren't real people, and they're on the cusp of looking very real, but it just has that they haven't been able to cross that barrier yet of still looking creepy though. So I agree. If you're gonna do it for a reason. Now I wouldn't say that it's not done for good reason at all. I mean, I think that they put those characters in very exaggerated situations. I mean, they put him in very fantastic situations. I mean, in Beowulf, we have to have him fight a dragon and he has to fight Grendel and he has to jump all over the place. I mean, they're doing a lot of stuff that I imagine would be more labor intensive and more expensive if they were doing it with a real actor than if they were doing it with a motion captured model. I mean, with those models, it's easier to take them and put them in so many different kinds of exaggerated situations where, if you have that person on set, you still have to use them for motion capture sometimes and for facial capture, but it's still harder to like put them in as many action sequences of fantasy sequences as we see in those movies. So I wouldn't say it's a total waste of time and it's not done for any good reason at all. So that's my take on it.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to Alice in Wonderland, because they have this thing where it looks more like they have the faces at least on, animated bodies. So I think that looks like a good combination of the technology, and I think that'll work in the future.
Yeah, see, my problem with them trying to do CG and mimic reality with it, or at least mimic a human being, is that. And it's not a problem with the CG itself. It's what people are claiming they want to do with it. Everybody's saying, oh, one day they're going to create an actor in CG and they're going to replace the actors in real life. And no, that's not the case. People still want to see their favorite stars. I mean, that's what brings people to movies. I mean, that's why posters over the years have gotten so bad, because they're not doing anything creative with the posters because they got to show the stars right front and center. CG is not going to replace actors as far as starring in a movie. We're not going to have CG characters that we like more than a real flesh and blood actor. Now, I think it will have its place, and it is necessary to mimic human beings for certain things that they want to do in films. For example, when a character is picked up by some creature or some special effect, where you obviously can't have a human being in that position, it'll be nice to have that character be like, let's say a monster comes in and picks up somebody into the air. For those first few seconds that we see that person being lifted up, it'd be nice for them to be able to use a CG model of that person and not be able to tell the difference. When a person ages in a movie, like if a person gets older, like let's say take a 30-year-old man. We want to make him like maybe 60, 70 years old, 80 years old in a movie. That character might not want to be a real character. We want to make that character CG. However, it's going to have still very strong hints of the actor that they're using. It might not be the real person, but it'll be recognizable, and it'll be a completely CG person. Same way on the other end. We take certain facial features of a character who's very young. I mean, even a person who goes from like being 30 to being maybe like 18. There's a big difference in facial features, and that person is still kind of an adult, but his facial aspects are different. He has less wrinkles. He might have a better, not as much of a receding hairline. They could either like recreate that by putting CG composites on a real human being, some kid or something, or they may be able to create a CG character. So that's how I think it's being put to good use.
Well, all right. I'm looking forward to the Spill motion capture movie whenever that happens.
I am too, man. I mean, right now, everybody wants us to be real human beings. If you've heard the call, and I think to create us in CG would be a wonderful thing. But no, Alice in Wonderland.
Plus, you want to just make yourself look younger, right?
Of course. Give myself, make myself bigger in certain areas. Give myself bigger muscles, all that. Give myself an ass for a change. That's all I want. I just want a CG ass. I hardly have any ass. If I could be in a movie, I say, forget about putting CG on me. Put CG on my ass. I want like a duck walking down the street. I want such a big ass. But Alice in Wonderland looks pretty cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Tweedledee and Tweedledum in the movie.
Right, yeah.
That's incredible. You can tell that they probably used real faces. Now I don't know the technology involved with it. I don't know if they're completely CG or if they like map real faces onto a CG body and face. But yeah, the approach that they're taking with that movie is I think it's pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to it. So anybody who's out there saying I hate Tim Burton, I don't hate Tim Burton. I just think some of his movies have not been that great, and some of them have been. So that's one of them. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take another call, man.
All right, no problem.
All right, talk to you later, man. Bye. Yeah, I am looking forward to Alice in Wonderland. That movie looks freaky as hell. I already got my bong out, prepared for that film. That's gonna be like the biggest stoner movie when it hits DVD ever. All right, in the theater. You're gonna be in there hearing Beavis and Butthead behind you watching that shit. Alice is hot. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into a call from area code 917.
Corey Coleman.
Yes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please sit down. Don't get up. Yes, sir.
Bravo.
You're too kind. Please, who is this?
This is first time caller, long time studio, Johnny Appleseed.
Johnny Appleseed. I remember you, man. How you been?
I've been A-okay, sir. Just chilling, bumming around. I'm sick and tired of these people complaining about the snow that they've been having. You know, I'm living up in here, upstate New York.
Yeah.
And I get snow every damn day.
Yeah, but see,
every damn day.
Man, New Yorkers are very used to having snow. I mean, I was there a couple of months ago, and that was my first time seeing snow in the middle of Times Square. And I was the one, the Texan kid out there just kind of like, oh, fuck, oh, shit, I'm stranded. How am I going to get around? Because that's what we do here in Texas. And that snow was gone on the street in an hour. It turned into shit. It's like it was brown sludge in the middle of the street. Nobody stops New Yorkers getting where they want to get to when you're in New York City. But down here in Texas, man, when we get snow, that's a rarity. And not only are people going to like freak out and panic, but they're going to die. So
it's apocalypse.
It is. It's like, it really is. I mean, you're thinking like, God damn, God just threw a party and he did a line of cocaine and it's raining down on the city right now. This is it. It's over. So we hardly ever get it here, man. And if people freak out about that shit. So, but upstate, people are prepared for it. People have like, not only do they have like all the tools to be prepared for, like, services that come around and get rid of the snow. You got the right shovels for it. You got the right shoes and everything. But you got things like you have heated sidewalks. Some people have that. It's pretty amazing how you guys are prepared for it. We're not prepared for it here. So anyway, what else is going on?
Not much, man. I was actually while I was on hold, I was playing the Heavy Rain demo. You should go check that out, by the way.
Man, okay. I heard Heavy Rain is kind of cool, and MTV gave it. Now I've heard two things. IGN gave that game. Heavy Rain, people, is a game where it's a detective story, something like Seven. You're out trying to defeat the origami killer who has a victim. You're trying to keep him from killing his latest kidnapped victim, and you go through the lives of 4 detectives. And the selling point of this movie, what they're bragging about, is that they want to really concentrate on the story. And the way they do that is they give you a lot of decisions on what to do with these characters. And that's my problem with the game. IGN said the game is fun, but MTV came back and said it's a cool experiment, but it's just not that fun of a game. And the reason why I'm more apt to believe MTV is because don't they give you – it's like a choose-your-own-adventure book. They just give you a whole lot of decisions to make, and you pick one, and that can have an influence on the next decision that you make. Am I right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right, because there's a scene in the demo that, like, you're playing this big fat detective who has an asthma problem, and he's talking to this witness, and she's just talking to her in my decision-making was talking to her appropriately, and all of a sudden this guy just starts beating the crap out of her, and you play a hero, and she basically leaves you all the information. At first she didn't want to provide you all the information, now she does. So if you kind of approached it differently, he probably would have been a bitch.
So you can get her ass beat if you want to. So I can actually consciously choose to, like, hit her if I want to.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Who made... I have a feeling this game is not going to go over well with abused wives. I doubt they'll have this game in safe house, while the abused women go. Meanwhile, guys who hit their wives are going to be like, man, this game kicks ass. I can just keep hitting her and hitting her and hitting her. That bitch is going to tell me what I need, and she's going to go in there and cook my food, too, and bring me a beer when I'm finished with her. No, it's this game, man. Now, what is fun about this game, where all you do is just make decisions over and over again. See, I like games where I get to do action. I like to be able to fight and have free reign over what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, what is
Well,
fun? What is fun about this? I mean, now tell me. I mean, I haven't played it, so I'm not accusing the game of being bad. I want you to tell me why it's so much fun just to be able to just to choose one decision after another. It just seems like one big multiple choice test to me.
That's a good analogy right there. But the reason why I kind of like it's not really my normal gameplay. I'm more of like a God of War slash and dash, cool blood and gore and everything. But the reason why I like this movie is that it's so intricate, so detailed. Every step you make has an importance to the storyline. You could have one of your four storyline characters in this movie die at the damn beginning of the game, and they'll be never in it.
All right. Well, you know what?
You have it.
Okay, obviously this is something I just got to play because I just don't see it. The way I look at it is like, man, I'm done with school. I don't need to take any more tests. I got too many decisions to make in life. I don't want to walk around. A, do you hit her? B, do you walk away? C, do you go in the bathroom and take a shit? D, do you? I don't know. I just it could be cool. I'm gonna play it and I'll let people know. I don't want to criticize the game without having played it yet. I'm just telling you what I read. So you say it's fun. I hear a lot of people say it's fun. Now I'm even more curious. So okay.
But yeah, download that, man. You got your PS3 while you're doing the show. Download it.
Okay. All right. I am loving my PS. Man, I'm playing BioShock 2 right now. That's what I'm into.
Oh, I actually played it. I didn't like it too much.
See, you and I just have a difference on opinion here. Look at that. Fuck you, man. No, actually, that game is the game is actually pretty cool. It just seems really familiar to the first game, so that's the only thing that really bothers me. But I'm having a good time. So anyway, man, let me go ahead and take another call, and I will talk to you later on. All right.
I really appreciate you. Take it easy, bro.
Hey, man, good talking to you, Johnny Appleseed. Spread those apples across the land. All right. All right. I guess he's gone. Okay, then. Let's go to call number, area code 920.
Cool, man. What is happening, my friend?
Oh, nothing. How's it going, sir?
Hey, dude, I just want to say, I called into the show like about sometime last month. We had a good back and forth going about your roommate Taco Bell Lugosi and how he got you like a rodent problem, so he really is like Dracula.
Man, the guy he really hasn't got a rodent problem going yet, but we have the potential to be there. Like I said, this is a guy who has a home, has appliances to use. We have a stove here. We have a microwave. But yet he chooses to walk to his room with a can of raviolis and eat straight from the can. Like he's on a camping trip. I mean, even on a camping trip. I've gone to camping trips where I had canned food. You know what I do? I build a fire and put that shit over it. This motherfucker is just too lazy to come in and even like just pour the fucking ravioli into a bowl and put it in the microwave. I don't get it.
Darkness. He's got the appliances, but he's just put on a good show for everyone, so they think he's normal.
He would be put on a good show for everyone if he came out of his room every now and then. I don't know what he does. I just know every now and then when he's gone, I'll open that door just to piss myself off. I'll open the door just to say, "Will you look at this shit?" And I'll see all the empty cans on the floor of ravioli. And only thing I can think of is like he loves ravioli so much that he's licking those cans clean because we don't have a roach problem. Or maybe maybe he's eating the roaches too. Or maybe he's feeding the roaches and they don't ever come around because they just stay in his room because, that's where you get all the roaches have everything they fucking need in there. Warm place to live. They got food. They got company with him. I mean, maybe that's why he doesn't come out. Maybe he's in there fucking talking to roaches all day. I might open the door one day and there's a table where it's like him and 3 roaches sitting around playing poker. I don't know what's going on with this dude.
Or he could be like Renfield Bela Lugosi. He could be eating those motherfuckers for all you know.
Or he could be eating those motherfuckers too. I don't know. I give up on trying to figure that guy out. He's not going to drive me crazy trying to figure out what he does.
I was going to say, man, you didn't end up posting that show, and I was talking to my boy Corey, who introduced me to this site, and I was like, oh, dude, I finally got a chance to get on the Secret Call-In show. He's like, oh, I can't wait to hear that, and like it never got put up.
Oh, that particular show, you know what, I'll put it up, but I had to, now, like I told people, when I record these shows, I can be heard just fine. When I record them and I put them up later, you hear me perfect. But the last show, I forgot to press record, and I had to take the recording from Blog Talk Radio. They do their own recording, and on that recording, like most people are saying today, my mic kept going in and out. It is not the mic. I really do feel it's Skype. Now when I'll know for sure. What's that?
It sounds like you're talking to us via dial, because all of a sudden you'll be fine, all of a sudden go like you're stuttering or something.
See, I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. It's simply Skype. I need to call and figure out why this is happening. And you know something? I mean, I'm glad it's happening because it's good that we figure out these little problems right now before I keep going on and doing this, and more people pay attention to them. Because if I can figure it out earlier, it'll help me solve the problem. I don't know. Maybe I need to call Blog Talk Radio or something. I don't know. I'll get it figured out one way or another. But as frustrated as I may sound, I do appreciate you guys giving me that kind of feedback. So thank you very much. But
I did have a movie-related question.
What?
I try to be considerate. The other day on the last Let's Do This, you and the co-host were talking about sequels that you think we didn't need, and that just got me thinking about The Hangover Part 2 that they said is coming out next year or the year after that, and it just seems like a sequel that just doesn't need to happen because where can you really go with that story? But then it got me thinking, could you maybe think of a movie where they could have done a sequel and they just didn't for whatever reason, and maybe they could have justified that?
Man, I can think of a lot of movies where they could have done a sequel. I mean, now you got me on the spot to where I'm thinking wow, I don't know. I can tell you movies that I would like to see a sequel to, and I don't know if people would agree or not. I would like to see either a remake or a sequel to Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You ever heard of this movie?
I've heard of that. I've never seen it. It's one of those movies that used to show on USA late night movies and shit like that back in the day.
I see Killer Clowns from Outer Space like I see Alien and Aliens if they made a sequel. I know people are like, how dare you compare Killer Clowns from Outer Space to James Cameron's classic Aliens and Ridley Scott's Alien. How dare you? Those are master filmmakers. You gonna do this B-movie shit here? No, look, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, for those who don't know, is a movie about these clowns who come from outer space and they come to harvest humans for food. Now, this sounds insane, but it's really creative. I mean, it is cheap. I mean, who's going to what studio's going to give fucking $50 million to Killer Clowns from Outer Space? But it really is a creative film, and it's done well on the budget that is made on. What they do with this movie is that these clowns come from a clown planet, and they're not just people in makeup. The clowns are a species of creature. I mean, on their planet, that's what they are. People are born clowns, and everything has a clown motif to it. Like the aliens are clowns. They have a clown ship that comes down. They have creatures that are clownish. And I know the movie doesn't take itself seriously, so I don't think I'm talking about this wow, this is incredible. In a way, it is incredible, the imagination that went behind it. But the reason why I compare it to Alien and Aliens is because with Alien, I said, you know what, there's a lot of stuff that could be explained, and that's what they did with Aliens. I mean, there was a lot of mystery behind that creature, and they showed a lot more about the creature's life cycle, how the species operates, and how they breed with aliens, and they did it with a good story. I thought, man, it'd be cool to figure out what these clowns are about. There's such a mystery behind clowns coming from outer space. It's yeah, they could expand on that a little bit more. I don't know. I mean, I won't say that maybe some people get kidnapped and brought to a clown planet, and we get to see what the planet is like. Or maybe they could simply do a remake with a better budget and expand on the story a little bit there. So, yeah, I mean, I know it's a B movie, but I'm sorry, I would love to see a sequel to that film.
It could be interesting. What the hell?
Why, do you have one?
Now that I'm on the spot, I'm hard pressed to think of anything other than. This might sound corny, and I can't believe I'm going to say it, but I remember watching that movie Independence Day, which is obviously not the greatest movie ever made, but I just remember walking out of the theater back in '96 thinking, you know what? I wonder what would happen if those aliens ever came back. And now that we got the technology, if they could really have some type of epic battle or something like that. And I know they've been talking about doing a sequel to that, and I don't know if that'd be necessarily a good idea now 10+ years removed, but I don't know, it just got me thinking that'd be something worthwhile to see, what happens when these those sons of bitches come back.
Well,
and you know how to deal with them.
Yeah, and they were talking about doing a sequel at one time. I did not like Independence Day, so I thought it was just a big budget but cheapened story version of War of the Worlds. But if we want to talk science fiction, there's a movie that was really good. It was based on a TV show. A lot of people know it, and it was Firefly. And they did that movie, what was it?
Serenity, I think
Serenity,
it was,
yeah. And those are cool characters. I mean, the movie didn't do well enough and the show was canceled, so you're not going to see a sequel. But I thought, like, the movie was fun. It was all right. I mean, I don't think it was great, but I thought they had a chance to make they had some great characters in it. Nathan Fillion is great in the movie, and I never really watched the show, but I like the concept of like a space western, and I thought, like, I could see them doing a sequel that could be a lot more fun and probably tighter written and a lot better than the first one. And you're not going to see a sequel now anytime soon because of how the movie performed and the show's not on. But I thought, like, yeah, that's fine. So anyway, let me go ahead and move on to another caller, man.
All right, thanks, man. Much appreciated.
No problem. Good talking to you. Talk to you later.
Adios.
Bye. What bugs me, and if you heard our review of Percy Jackson, what bugs me is when movies are so confident that they know that they're going to make another sequel because everybody wants to get another Harry Potter going. And you get these films where they end on a cliffhanger, and you know good and well that shit's not going to have a sequel. I mean, these days people need to kind of wrap up the end, and if the sequel comes about, then great. If not, then no love lost. Let's go ahead and get into one of those 11111 calls. Hello, 11111.
Hello?
Hello. Yes, that's you. I just said hello to you.
Really?
Jesus, man, I'm talking to you. What's up?
I'm sorry. It's just I never had one of those 111 calls before.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you must be calling on Skype.
No, I'm not.
Okay, I don't know why it comes up as 111 then. All right. Anyway, man, what's going on?
Well, I thought like I would be like brought up like just by my area code, but okay. I had like a question, not really a question, but a recommendation.
Sure. What's your recommendation?
Have you ever heard of? I know you're a big Full Metal Alchemist fan, and I am too. And that's why I wanted to ask you if you knew about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Is that a new movie?
No, it's now here's the skinny on it. Like the Full Metal Alchemist series you saw that you enjoyed.
And if people haven't seen Full Metal Alchemist, just real quick, I don't want to interrupt you. The reason why I like this is it's an anime series, and I thought it was a cool concept. It's these two kids, they want to bring their dead mother back, so they do a seance, and well, when they do that, one kid loses his arm and the other kid loses his body. These are kids, and the kid's soul gets trapped in a big, huge armor, and it's the little brother who's about like 9, and the other kid has this mechanical arm, and it's based in its own world with its own set of rules, and people go to school for alchemy. So consider like, more like, I won't say better version of Harry Potter, but a more kick-ass version of Harry Potter in a way, where these kids are training to be alchemists, and not only to become like police in their world, but to also try to bring their mother back. And did I get that right in a way?
Yeah, you summed it up pretty well.
Okay, go ahead then.
Well, the story you saw, like the series you saw and you enjoyed, was not like the complete like story they took from the manga. The manga's still going. So to catch up and like kind of like get them into the manga or like get the wider audience, they made an anime like that is like completely identical to the manga. So like basically it's just the manga told in motion. And I just wanted to know if you knew about it.
No, I did not. So you say it's in motion? You say the anime is so faithful to the manga that it's almost like watching the comic book on screen.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, I'll have to check that out. So it's a new series, huh?
Yeah, the sub version has been put on YouTube. Like you can find all the episodes on YouTube, but the dubbed version will be on Adult Swim.
Now, see, I thought Full Metal Alchemist would make a really cool movie, man. I know they've been talking about bringing anime to the screen for a while. Like Spielberg is talking about making, I don't know if they're still doing this, it's talking about making Ghost in the Shell. I know that they were talking about an Akira movie. I just read somewhere that the Hughes brothers, who did Book of Eli, might be trying to bring that project back.
Yeah, I heard.
Akira, which is as far as a crossover to America, is considered one of the greatest anime movies of all time, just because of the impact it had on Americans being aware of anime. Like that was the big crossover here. I mean, as far as like hitting the mainstream, but Ghost in the Shell would be a good one. But I thought Full Metal Alchemist would make a kick-ass movie, man. I mean, it had tons of special effects. If you make it PG-13, you can draw the kids in a lot because you have two kid protagonists. And I just love the character of what's the kid's name? That's in the
Which one?
The one in the armor.
Oh, Al?
Al, yeah, Al is like this little kid, and he's in this big armor. He could beat the fuck out of anybody. I mean, he's huge, but he still have the innocence and attitude of a 9-year-old kid. I really love that series, man. I hope they make that a movie one day. I mean, and I know a lot of people would hate to see Americans like take it and mess it up, and I would too. But I'd be willing to take that chance if it goes in the hands of somebody good who can make a really cool movie with it. So. I can almost see it like being a new Star Wars for people because, like I said, it takes place on its own world and everything. So anyway, I'll be on the lookout for the anime though, man, and I appreciate the call. Thanks for the heads up on that.
Yeah, sure.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Oh, and just by the way, just like you're doing like a fantastic job on the site. Like it's just that like I'm having so much fun. Like when I first like found it, I was just bored out of my mind and like. And I didn't have anything else to do, but now that I've discovered it, I've like I have a whole lot of stuff to do, like on the forums and stuff. So I just really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, man. Look at me. You ever seen a black man blush? I'm doing that right now. I'm like, oh, look at that. They like me. They really do like us. They really do like what we do. I hope you're having a lot of fun. I mean, I'm always nervous about everything that I put up. I mean, it's very stressful just because I'm prone to panic attacks when I put stuff out to the public to see, but it really makes me feel good and helps me relax when I hear that you're having a lot of fun. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much, and really much thanks to you for coming in. All right.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, just
what?
For the Spillers. No, I just wanted to say I never gave my name for the Spillers. It's Mason Daniel.
Mason. Oh, I've seen you on the site, Mason. Oh,
really?
Yeah. I've seen you come in and out. Yeah, I've seen your name a lot. So I really appreciate it, man. Thank you again. And I'll.
I thought you would never remember me from like all those questions I sent you, like on the Coco and Let's Do This.
No, I remember it. Man, you'd be surprised at how many people I remember just by their avatars. So yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, I have one of the avatars like in the manga, like in mangas like they always have like.
Well, I'm never gonna get rid of you, am I?
No, I'm just saying. I have a Full Metal Alchemist avatar. It's when Ed's like making this really funny face, and I found it. I'm just like, this is the perfect avatar.
It is. Now get the hell out of here.
Okay, I will.
All right.
I'm
Thanks,
sorry,
man.
everyone.
All right. Talk to you later, man. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Boy, I guess I never in the beginning try to keep it down to one question. Not that people listen anyway. I tell people, now keep it down to one question, a comment, and people still be like, oh, one more thing. I'm like, what? And they're like, and I try to tell them, I could be talking. I'm like, man, look, I don't have time. Just one, and then just keep going. I'd like to know, what color are your drawers right now? And I'm like, man, I just said, one goddamn question, but nobody listens to me. Nobody takes Uncle Corey seriously here. Nobody listens to old Corey. Shit. Maybe area code 914 will. Area code 914. Hello. How are you?
Hey, what's up? What's going on, Corey?
Hey, how you doing? Hey.
I'm doing good. I'm
Who is this?
Long time listener of the show and the site. I talked to you once before.
Who is it?
My username is Villain in a Suit.
Villain in a Suit. Oh, I love that name, man.
Thank you.
Ain't nothing better than a well-dressed villain. I like your style. So,
thank you very much.
How's it going?
It's going good. What I want to ask you about is I know you're doing the Spill party in June.
June
right?
25th.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm a high school student. I'm in my last year of high school, and I live in New York. So
Yes.
I'm not gonna be able to go there. But I know that the New York Comic Con is in October. So I want to ask if you or any of the Spill crew have plans to come down to it.
I've been going to the New York Comic Con for about 3 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't see why it's going to be different this year. I know because I was at the last one, which was about this time last year. It was in February.
It was.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they're having it in October because I hate walking around that fucking cold, man.
We just got like a foot of snow last week. So.
Yeah. So October I think is a good time to have it. But yeah, I'll plan on being there, and I don't know who else is going to go, but I for sure will be there.
Yeah, I know there's really not a lot of information on it yet. I know the tickets are kind of cheap. They're only like $50 for like a weekend pass or whatever. But the two guests that they have announced are John Romita Sr. and Jr.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
very nice. And tell the people about John Romita Jr.
What? I'm sorry, couldn't hear.
I said tell the people about John Romita Jr. Romita, by the way. People
Oh yeah, he's a comic book artist. Him and his father both are very famous for drawing Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
And John Romita Jr. Just drew Kick-Ass.
And John Romita Jr. He's cool. He was just at the Comic-Con in San Diego promoting Kick-Ass, the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot. That's going to be pretty big, man. Especially with Kick-Ass having just been out, and everybody loves those guys, man. Those guys are legends in the comic field, especially Senior for nothing else but drawing Spider-Man. So
yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for it. I wanted to go last year, but I couldn't make it. I had school and stuff. But this year I'm definitely going, and I have a lot of friends who are going.
Well,
also,
man, yeah, well, you know what? Maybe we'll try to do something cool at the October Comic-Con in New York, because I know we did like a get-together at the Comic-Con in San Diego, and a lot of people came out, and we just kind of took over the floor of this restaurant, and we had a good time. I mean, we had a real good time that night. It was a lot of fun. So maybe we'll get something together in October. It's just the right time to start planning something like that. So yeah. I'll definitely will see you there in some form or another.
Definitely. It'd be cool to see you guys.
Yeah, same here, man. So October, it's a date.
Yeah,
I'll see you there.
Definitely.
I'll bring the French fries. All right.
I'm sorry. What'd you say? I couldn't hear you. Broke up again.
Jesus Christ! No, it's not. No, it's not you. It's the fucking thing that keeps breaking up. I'll see you there.
All right, definitely.
All right.
Well, talk to you later, Corey.
Talk to you later. Bye. I swear to God, I will get this straight, people, at some point. My apologies for all the breaking up and everything, but what are you going to do, man? It's better to have something here than not at all. All right, let's go ahead and take a call from area code 813. Area code 813.
Hello?
Damn, you just waking up?
Sorry, man.
You realize just waking up, you're like, no, hello, huh? Well.
No, I was eating because I really didn't think you were going to choose me. Oh, this is awesome, man.
Somebody must have laced your shit with some sleeping pills or something, because you sound tired as hell. What's going on, man? Who is this?
This is Reggie. I'm on the site. I'm
Reggie
Righteous.
Reggie! Who are you on the site?
Huh?
Who are you on the site?
Reggie Righteous.
Reggie Righteous, man. I like that. You sound like a rapper. Reggie Righteous on the mic.
Yeah, I do. I rhyme every now and then.
You do?
I have a lot of, I have different hobbies. I rhyme, act. I don't want to get into that, though.
See, no, hold up. People can't tell me that they rhyme without, like, kicking a little something. Can you do freestyle?
Corey.
Come on, do that sleepy rap. You sound like who you sound like? You sound like Snoop Dogg right now. You can rhyme. Let's see. That's how Snoop Dogg sounds.
I get that a lot. No, I'm not really good freestyler though.
Yo, Corn, what's up, man? Didn't think you were gonna pick up the phone because I was eating, dog. Now, when you say you were eating, that technically means you were just smoking pot, doesn't it? Because you sound high than a motherfucker right now, man.
I got that natural high.
Oh, you got that natural high, just high on life.
Yeah.
And weed. Anyway, so what's going on, man? What's your question?
First off, before I get into my question, I just wanted to say something about the film festival.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Which film festival are we talking about?
The Spill Film Festival.
Oh yeah. Let me just say, see, you are high, man. I'd make a movie if I could put this fucking joint down and make some.
No. You know what it is? What? I'm nervous, man.
You nervous?
You're like. Yeah, you're my hero. Dude.
Man, don't be nervous, man. Don't be nervous. We cool. Look at this. Look. All right. Hold on.
I'm just saying, it's not every day. It's not every day you get to talk to Corey Coleman.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna take a hit too, so you not can relate. Hold on. That's some good shit, man. No, man, ain't nothing to be nervous about. We just hanging, man.
Oh, okay.
See,
right,
yeah, we just cooling out, Hey, man, look, let me tell you about the Spill Film Festival here. I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot to mention at the beginning of the show. For those who haven't heard already, we are having a Spill Film Festival for the Spill Film Festival for the Spillcom, a Spill Festival, whatever it's called, coming up in June. And real quickly, what it is, we like to get films from people that are 5 minutes or less. They can be any kind of format, animated, live action, anything in between. The only theme it has to have is that it features either one of the Spill members or all of them. You can have any kind of story, anything, just has to be about the Spill crew. And we will show some of the best at the film festival in June, and we will pick a winner, and the grand prize winner is going to get like a real cool prize. It's going to get a giant ass spliff. It's a John marijuana joint supplied by my man here. No, so you had a question about it. What about it?
No, not a question. I wanted to do something for it, but unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything. But I had an idea, and I thought it was pretty cool, and I wanted to, just in case someone's listening and you know they want to do something and they can't think of anything, I just wanted to propose something real quick.
All right, what's your
If
proposal?
that's cool with you. All right, so the last call-in show, while I was listening, I had a vision. Right now, go with me on this one. All right.
You know, the more you keep talking, the more I really think you are high as shit. But I had a vision, man. But go ahead.
All right. So, okay, we're in a Western bar, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm serious.
Brown sound effects.
Nice. Corey Coleman on the score, ladies and gentlemen. And a mysterious man walks through the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's quiet, and all eyes are on him. And then someone's like, "Hey, who is that?" And then one guy's like, "Shh, that's Kabloogie the Kid."
Kabloogie the Kid.
Corey Coleman as Kabloogie the Kid. I don't know, man.
Boy, you I've got to come and smoke out with you because you there's no way you can't convince me right now that you got a big ass bong between your legs and you were fucking smoking
man.
that shit. All these fucking ideas and everything. I had a vision of Kabloogie the Kid. And if you don't know, last week we talked about Kabloogie, which is like let's just say that I had last week I got excited in my pants and I went Kabloogie. So instead of guns, am I gonna come in with my pants all unbuttoned, dripping wet and everything?
You just you remember from Dusk Till Dawn, right?
Yes.
Remember the guy, he had like a cannon right on his on his pants?
So in other words, I just have my penis between my legs and it pops up and goes Kabloogie in people's faces. You are a nasty son of a bitch, man. You know that? We can't You want people to submit porn to this. That you nasty high motherfucker, you.
I thought that would be right up your alley, man. I thought we'd be all over that, man.
You need Jesus, man. You know why you need Jesus?
Why?
Because Jesus got the good shit, is what I heard. But anyway, man, you know what?
He got that holy moly.
He got that holy moly. Got your holy. That's the real holy roller right there, Jesus.
All right.
But,
so do
man,
you want me to ask my question?
Wait a minute, you got a question on top of that? See you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
See, y'all don't fucking listen to me, man. It's just
Corey.
Jesus.
You gotta understand, man. It's not every day you get to talk to Corey Coleman, man.
Damn, you know what? Because you are flattering me so much, I'll go ahead and let you do this question. But freak.
Thank you.
God damn it.
I appreciate it.
Go ahead.
All right. On Let's Do This, I don't remember which specific show it was, but you brought up.
And see, you high right now, so it's gonna take you an hour to get. You know, the show's gonna cut off, and you're still gonna be asking this question.
All right. You said that you wanted to do reviews with the Spill members. Are you guys still gonna do that, or you just?
We do what?
You on Let's Do This, you brought up an idea. You said you wanted to start doing reviews with the members.
Oh yes, I do, and I am going to do that. I'm waiting on how to figure out how to do a contest. What he's talking about is like once a month I want to have a contest where we pick a member from the site, and the winner of that contest gets to be an animated character in a review with us. And we're trying to figure out what kind of contest that should be, because I know Jamie up in New York, the general manager at the office, he's saying like, well, I want to do that, but I want to make the contest something where it's, people got to put the work into it. That's like a really cool grand prize. And
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, that's what he told me too. He's like 100%. I like that idea, 100%. But the means to go about it, I don't know yet. It's like about 90%. It's almost there, but it's not about 92%. It has to be 100, 110. But yeah, when we figure out how to do it, we'll get that going. And you're going to see the site looking different. And after we get that up, that's when we'll be concentrating on the content mostly. So that's let me go ahead and take another couple of calls, man, before we get out of here. But it was good talking to you, man.
Yeah, man. Hard-working brother right here, y'all. Please.
Thank you.
Understand that he is working hard, so make it quick. And I'm sorry for wasting your time, Corey.
It's all right, man. I got a contact high talking to you right now. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good. You got me feeling all right. So that's good talking to you.
I hope to talk to you again, man.
I'm sure you will. All right. Maybe
Cool.
we'll share a joint one day.
All
right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right, bye.
I was gonna make a film, but then I got high. Ooh. Let's see. We got another call here from area code. Oh, aren't you excited? Area code 718.
Oh, hello, good man.
Oh, wow. You know, it's some real upbeat, excited people picking up the phone today. Oh, hello, sir. I like this. Ooh, don't scream too loud, though. I'm I'm a little high from talking to that last caller. You're going to have to, take a little slow with me.
Yeah, a little bit of scent left over from coming through the phone.
Yeah, can you smell it?
Yeah, I got a little whiff.
Yeah, a little con bud coming off your speaker right there. Anyway, so what's going on, man?
Not much. This is Shadow 626.
Shadow, how you doing, man? Now, you called before. We got about 5 minutes left. Let's get through this quick. Not that I want to rush you, because I do like talking to you.
Okay. Doesn't much. Just want to go through the snow and everything. Quick question. Now, I've noticed that they are bringing shows back and making CG instead of using traditional animation.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know, man. Give me an example of one of those shows.
Garfield, Casper, the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're not really talking about, shows that are that exciting anyway. I mean, I've seen Casper and I've seen Garfield. Yeah. Actually, you know something? I like what they're doing with Casper. They got some good designs on there. I'll say this: it depends on how they do it, and that's a good question actually, because they did a Casper show not too long ago where the animated Casper, and we're talking about classic Casper from I think back in the 50s.
I got some tapes of that around.
Okay, that Casper looks so much better than the 3D Casper that they have right now. I mean, see, just because something's in CG doesn't mean that it's going to be good, because CG can be very cheap. They can use basic models for them, and they could have not a whole lot of expressions. And the same thing goes for Garfield. I mean, I think that if you can do a CG animated show and you can capture the expression and the liveliness of whatever that show was about, the essence of that show before, then that's great. But if your CG looks cheaper than the 2D that you did, then yeah, don't do it. I mean, the purpose of doing something in CG is so that you can actually make it look better. But for some people, doing it in CG is just a way to save some money and some time. And so, I've seen some CG shows, not exactly based on shows that were previously made, but I've seen CG get to the point where they're actually able to make it look like 2D animation now, except that it's like the benefit of having CG is that you can capture all kind of shading and all kind of cool effects and have the moving backgrounds and everything. So,
almost like rotoscope.
Yeah. And if they can capture something like that, then fine. But if your CG looks cheaper than the 2D animated film and it can't capture that character and appeal that those shows had, then yeah, don't do it. And Casper has only recently been getting to that point where it seems like it's getting better than it's getting to the level of being a good cartoon, but not the way the old Casper was, not at all. So yeah, the humans on that show look terrible. They look like shit. So same with Garfield. But anyway, let me go ahead and take another call here.
Okay.
We got
just one more thing.
Yes.
Bye.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, now y'all trying to be funny. Actually, I like that you guys are so comfortable when you called. I mean, we've had a few nervous callers. Even that last guy that called said he was nervous. He didn't seem that way. I actually like talking to you people. You seem like you actually are really, really, really enjoying the conversation. So let's go ahead and take one more call here before we leave, which is a call from area code 940.
Hello?
Damn, where you from across the room?
Oh, man.
Were you in the cave?
No. Wait 1 second. You hear me, man?
Yeah, I hear you. What's going on?
Oh, man. I'm doing fine. Just had one question.
All right, you better hurry it up because we got 1 minute here.
All right, when have you ever seen a movie where the score of the movie almost took more than a life of its own? Basically, I can watch either the Lord of the Rings trilogy or Shawshank Redemption in the background by just listening to the music, and that within itself has more emotion and everything than I can ever see.
Who is this? Who is this?
90 seconds.
Fenrir Chisholm.
Okay.
I'm actually a grad student that had a couple of email correspondences with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember you, man. You're talking about where the score is actually like a character of its own.
Yes.
You know, I think that I love the score to The Dark Knight, and I think The Dark Knight is a much better film than the original Batman. But that original Batman, that score was a character. The Wrath of Khan score is a character.
60 seconds.
You know, so yeah, there's a lot of movies where the soundtrack just has Superman. The theme to Superman is a fucking character. I mean, you know, you can't think about Superman these days without hearing that theme. The original Superman from 1977.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, the main thing that really ruins movies for me now is The Dark Knight was so awesome. Every movie that I see after that doesn't live up to that because of the music and because of the character development throughout.
Well, you know what? That's a good point, and that was a good question, my man. But we are out of time now, so I'm gonna have to let you go.
Well,
but
thanks, man.
Well, no. Before you go, do something. Could you do me a big favor, please?
Yes.
Say goodnight, everybody.
10 seconds.
Not everybody.
And good night, everybody. Talk to you next time. Thanks a lot. Love you all. See ya. So before we get into some thought fucking, I thought I'd talk about this Kevin Smith thing.
Okay, yeah. You were telling me you guys talked about it on a couple cold ones, but all I know is that Kevin Smith was rejected a seat on an airplane, and
he had a seat. He was put off the plane.
Okay.
Because I guess it exceeded the weight limit that they allow. He usually he gets 2 seats every time he gets on a plane because he likes just to have the space. Yeah. And that day he was on standby and couldn't get 2 seats, so when he was put on the plane, a stewardess came up to him. I think it was a stewardess who came up and said, "You'll have to leave because of your weight."
And I'm like, how did they determine that? I mean, they got a scale or what? Yeah.
I don't know. Now, there's a Dateline. I mean, not Dateline, but a Nightline that I saw last night. I read about the story yesterday, and I saw Nightline. And I'm going to tell you something. What I'm leading into here, it's not so much the Kevin Smith thing, because I got two ways that I feel about this. And I support it, and I also am against it in some ways. You know, I see both sides of a situation here.
Right.
So here's let's see. Here's let me just play the Nightline episode.
Okay.
That was
the whole episode.
Whoa. Well, it's not an episode. It's like a segment.
Just a little segment. All right.
It's about like 6 minutes. You probably won't play the whole 6 minutes.
Okay.
But there's certain things that arise out of this. Because it's more complicated with the weight issue than people really know.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And I think people are being unfair. I think people are being whiny. I think people are being cruel. I think people are thinking that they are justified in doing certain things when they're not. So it's and like I said, I see everybody's situation in this. So let's go ahead and take a look. As soon as I pause this. All right, got it queued up right here.
All right.
Too big to fly. This all because the famous and admittedly fat film director Kevin Smith was removed from...
Too fucking fat to fly.
I know. I was like, dude, if I was Kevin Smith, I'd be pissed off hearing that.
The brother is fat.
I know that, but you don't need to be told on national news.
Well, he already
too fat to fly.
Well, he already made jokes about it, and he already said this himself, like, I'm fat. So this is not them. Okay. I mean, come on, you can look at a dude.
But coming from this prick, what has he done? What has he done besides report the news?
This skinny motherfucker here.
The Southwest flight Saturday. Why? On the airline's assessment, he was too big and posed a potential safety hazard. Smith has gone on the offensive big time, and though the airline has apologized, it also stands by its policy. So, who's right and who's wrong? Yunji Denise has our report.
They're showing pictures of Kevin Smith's big head and everything. But
Look at him.
The safety status they're going to bring up is like, okay, what if a lot of people think it's like, okay, you're going to make the plane crash. And no, it's not like that. It's kind of like, what if they have to land and you have to have people exit because of an emergency, and people can't get the aisles as well because there's a big person stopping up the works there. You know?
He's a Hollywood indie icon known for movies like Clerks and Chasing Amy, and his...
Keep in mind, they don't mention any other movies. No. They don't mention, those are all the two good ones right there.
Kevin Smith was like, if you're going to talk about me, just make sure you mention these two movies and that's it.
Yeah, I would be worried about mentioning my bad movies more than being called fat.
Jersey Girl.
Yeah. Mallrats. Even fucking Clerks 2.
Yeah.
Terrible.
recurring alter ego, the ever-quiet Silent Bob.
What did you say? You're chasing Amy.
But Kevin Smith has been anything but silent after being forced off a Southwest Airlines flight for being too fat. He's ignited online using Twitter and his weekly podcast.
He just showed a plane going off, and they made that plane look like it was wiggling to get up in there.
See what happens when you let fat people on? The wing does a whole fucking flip.
You see Kevin Smith being thrown off the back.
Has to fight what he calls the injustice of his portly misadventure.
I am fat, and that's how I conduct myself in this life. I am not fat enough to eject off of a Southwest airline flight simply for size. Not yet. I'll tell you when I'm there.
It all started...
And by the way, he said, not yet, motherfucker.
Damn.
I'll tell you when I'm there.
Well, I would have been like, oh, dude, what are you doing flying Southwest for crying out loud?
That's what I wanted to do. I was like, on a couple of cold ones, I was like, you always think about these people who get first class. And fly first class.
I know
you get all the space you want.
Yeah, those seats are fucking big in first class, man. They're like...
We ride Southwest. He don't need to ride Southwest.
I was like, what? Cheap bastard.
Thank you. That's the first thing I said. I was like... It wasn't the issue of him being fat. Like, why the fuck is he riding Southwest?
That should tell him something. He should make some better films, goddamn. Get more people in those seats.
Making too much money. And Clerks money ran out.
Those fat motherfuckers going to see his movies. They ain't paying the bills apparently.
Saturday, flight from Oakland, California to Burbank. Smith had purchased 2 tickets. He says he usually does that because he likes the extra space. But on that day, he flew standby and got an earlier flight with just 1 seat left. That's when a flight attendant told him to get off the plane, and the tweets began. Dear Southwest Air, he wrote, I know I'm fat, but was Captain Lasith really justified in throwing me off a flight for which I was already seated? It escalated, one angry post after another, until Smith boarded a new flight and snapped this self-portrait, tweeting, Hey Southwest Air, look how fat I am on your plane. Quick, throw me off. When he landed in Burbank, he tweeted that he was airlifted out while Richard Simmons supervised. Southwest Airlines tweeted Smith, I'm very sorry for the experience you had tonight, and offered him a $100 voucher. They say they've had a customers of size policy for the last 25 years. They issued a statement explaining that cramped seating is very uncomfortable for other passengers and that a timely exit from the aircraft in the event of an emergency might be compromised.
I'm like, am I a terrorist? Like, what is the safety issue?
How dare they?
What's the safety?
That's his wife.
Oh, of course. How dare they?
Yeah, what's your wife gonna say?
My fat ass husband on this plane. Yeah, honey, don't say anything, please. Yeah.
You ain't helping.
Yeah, please stop. The joke is gonna keep coming. Keep talking.
Yeah. By the way, you gonna eat that?
Yeah.
I'm like, I keep asking later on. I'm like, am I gonna explode? Is that it?
Smith's outrage has inspired the National Association.
Now here's where my issue is that we're about to get into. Now about him getting kicked off the plane, I did think at first, because when we were on a couple of cold ones, I was like, I don't know what's going on. I said the only thing is he's complaining about Southwest Airlines, and I don't think it's gonna like cause a big dent in their business.
Right. No.
I mean, I can because I said, look, this kind of policy here, I don't know how they did it, but I'm not exactly thrilled about somebody being embarrassed on a plane. I don't know. I don't know if they came in and said, "Sir, you're fat. You got to get off." Or if they just pulled him aside. I mean, if they pulled him aside and said, "Hey, there's a weight issue," I can understand him being inconvenienced and upset. But this whole thing of like, I'm embarrassed in Southwest Airlines, and you guys, I'm gonna stick it to you. You're gonna get us like,
right.
No, people still gonna fly Southwest Airlines.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, people still got to work. People still got to travel. Yeah, you're not changing shit.
I mean, they said they were sorry. I think they'll be careful about this policy when they approach it next time.
Mm-hmm.
But so I mean, I think there was a lesson learned here. But this whole thing of I don't know what you hope to accomplish by continuing to tweet on and on and on. Right. I don't know what's going to get you.
Yeah. Besides, he's just pissed and that people read that shit and he wants to let people know, hey, fuck them.
Yeah, and it gives people something to talk about. We're talking about it.
Exactly.
It's like, hey, now here's where I'm starting to get like an issue with this whole incident. I'll just leave this.
Okay. Well, real quick. I also wonder how much of his celebrity comes into play with all this too, to where I don't know if somebody's just like, oh look, it's Kevin Smith, I'm gonna do something embarrassing. Because I heard an incident not too long ago where Joan Rivers was detained at an airport because
just for being Joan Rivers.
Well, they claimed there was something suspicious about her, and she was like, well, I'm Joan Rivers, don't you? I mean, you know who I am. And they actually detained her, and then they let her go, and I can't remember exactly why they detained her. She had something in her bag that they thought was fishy or something, and it made her miss her flight. And it became a big news story. But I'm like, really? I mean, who doesn't really know Joan Rivers? And I'm sure somebody around there could say, look, that's Joan Rivers. I don't think she's a threat. Plus, she's a really old lady. I don't know exactly why we're holding her here besides us trying to make news,
That could be it.
Yeah.
The only thing is why I don't think his celebrity played into this, because I don't know. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know either.
Somebody could have been
but it's just something I always think about.
Well, the captain's cabinet could have been like, I hate that fucker's movies, man.
Exactly.
But no, the only thing is like maybe they truly didn't recognize him because I wouldn't be thinking Kevin Smith would be flying Southwest. And,
that's true.
And like what stewardesses really, I mean, they're not fanboys. They're not, they don't, maybe they knew who he was, maybe they didn't. But
people on the plane, I'm sure there was at least a couple people sitting in that plane who knew who he was,
Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean,
when you don't know.
When you're outside of your element, people probably don't recognize you.
Probably.
I mean, on that flight, who knew was on that flight?
Right.
I mean,
maybe this is all in the States, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So
if it was in another country, I'd completely understand if he's trying to get it. But I don't think Southwest is flying anywhere outside the U.S.
Yeah.
At least I don't think so.
Against Fat Acceptance to call for us.
Okay, this is a group called Fat Accept. Let me see.
Is it?
Let me rewind it a little bit.
It's Fat Club.
It's Fat Club. Yeah, it's some advocacy group for overweight people that want fat acceptance.
Right.
And they are calling for a boycott of
Southwest. Yeah.
I'm like, I keep asking later on. I'm like, am I going to explode? Is that
Smith's outrage has inspired the National Association to Advance Fat Acceptance to call for a Southwest Airlines boycott. Golda Poretsky is a fat acceptance activist. In her circles, Smith is a hero.
It's so good for for fat people that he's speaking out and saying this is not acceptable treatment.
Did you ever think you'd hear that?
Coming from a
fat chick?
A fat spurt?
Fat spurt.
I've heard Kevin Smith compared to Rosa Parks. Do you think that that's an apt analogy?
In some sense, yes, because and not to equate the two. But in the sense that he spoke up about unfair treatment on public transportation. And I think that, it really is important that he did this and he brought this awareness.
She says the seats need to get bigger and the airlines need to be more tolerant.
The reality is that you can't guarantee who you're going to have sitting next to you. You might have someone, again, who's very tall, whose legs are going to go pushing into your legs. You might sit next to someone with a baby who's crying. And again, I don't...
Now, not to say that what they did to Kevin Smith was wrong or he wasn't, he doesn't have a right to complain. I mean, like I said, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I really hesitate to say anything and take a heavy side on it because, like I said,
we just don't know the situation.
Because we don't know. And, look, and he feels like I sat down, the safety belt fit around me.
Right.
I wasn't really inconveniencing anybody. So why was I thrown off this plane?
Right.
And who can argue with that? At the same time, maybe there really was some health standard that a safety standard that they felt was in jeopardy, and that's why they did it, and probably didn't know who he was. I don't know, and I don't want to just take sides of anybody. And I think that, like I said, there's a lesson to be learned here. Attention is brought to it, and I think at this point Kevin Smith has said something, and there may be a couple of things more he could say, and then let's move on.
I'd actually like to hear some kind of statistic, at least, where people have been thrown off a plane for being too big, because I never hear about this.
I never hear about that too.
Yeah.
And then they've taken pictures of people who are on a plane before, and I think it was kind of cruel what they were doing.
Yeah.
I think that was the point. But they showed some people who were big. They weren't thrown off the plane.
Yeah.
So I don't know. In this report,
that big guy Hurley from Lost was never thrown off that goddamn plane. But then again, maybe that's why
I crashed.
Maybe that's why I fucking fell apart.
That's why they're fucking lost in the first place, because of Hurley. See? Kevin Smith could have made them land on a fucking island somewhere. Time traveling polar bear.
Damn.
No, but my point here is that, okay, somebody with long legs, this is the thing that could be argued. Somebody with long legs and somebody with a crying baby, they don't present the safety hazard that they're talking about.
Now,
just to argue with them.
Right. Now, depending on what type of plane he's been on, because I've been on plenty of planes where it's like a fucking sardine can.
Yeah.
Where if you're fat, I feel sorry for you, because those seats are terrible enough for a fucking skinny person. And,
and if it's a very small seat, it is. Yeah. And I'm not, again, this isn't to talk about, this isn't to discredit the complaints of overweight people, but it is a big inconvenience, more than a crying baby, more than someone with long legs, but somebody is like big to where they are pushing your space.
Especially, especially if you're going to be on that thing for at least a couple of hours. I mean, it'll kill you.
It is not comfortable at all.
Not at all.
And I can't see it being comfortable for that big ass person either.
Yeah.
But let's continue.
I don't think those people should be kept off the plane either. The size of the American backside keeps expanding. You used to be able to count on the 18-inch rule. Well, we're blowing that out of the water.
Mimi Roth, founder of the group National.
No, they got the fine blonde girl up here.
She's part of the skinny group.
The anti-fat girl, Lose fucking weight and quit eating. Be beautiful like me.
That's right.
Action Against Obesity says Southwest did everything right.
I think what we're seeing now is the oversized passengers expecting special treatment, having a sense of entitlement. And here's the reality. More than 9 times out of 10, obesity is a result of habitual improper eating.
She believes Smith is the one with the problem.
This isn't Kevin Smith because he just overate at the Super Bowl party or overate at Thanksgiving or put on a couple pounds during the holidays. This is someone who day after day, year after year, decade after decade has been eating improperly.
Watching bad films.
Well, sweetheart, that's easy for you to say. You're blonde and petite. I like the way she just stop fucking eating.
You fucking loser. I love how when they were introducing her, they had her running, exercising. She's like goddamn. She's like in the Olympics.
Yeah, like she's fucking training them for a marathon. She don't do it every day. Fucking just videotape her ass.
Look, it's not my fault these fat people are fat, all right?
Yeah.
They sit around, they watch Kevin Smith movies. It's their own goddamn fault. Fuck them.
Which a flight attendant reportedly snapped of an obese man a few months ago and sent to the blog flightglobal.com.
Sure, when you see this image, what goes through your mind?
It just makes me feel bad for that person. I'm sure it was really embarrassing for him. We were all at risk should there be an emergency. Imagine if Captain Sully Sullenberger had to deal with several obese passengers who were blocking roads and blocking aisles. The miracle on the Hudson might not have turned out the way it did.
That's a little fucking extreme, okay?
That's fucked up.
How many?
That's not cool.
A plane full of obese people that happens to land in the Hudson and a miracle, landing.
That number one, that shit ain't landing. It's just like crashing.
Number one, that shit ain't taking off.
That's just gonna turn into a submarine.
That's gonna turn into a bus.
But that's fucked up of her to say that. That's not cool at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you said earlier that you wanted to take the emotions out of it, but this is an emotional issue.
So are plane crashes. So are being sick from obesity. So are making other people take money out of their pocket to pay more expensive tickets because people have improper eating habits.
She's kind of hot, though.
Damn.
Right to the lifestyle they choose, but you don't have the right of this
infantile sense of entitlement that everyone else should subsidize your lifestyle.
But Paretsky says being heavy is not a choice, and like it or not, fat people aren't going away.
Within 3 to 5 years, 93 to 98% of dieters gain back all the weight plus. So there's really no way to make fat people thin.
Will you ever fly Southwest again?
No, I won't.
Bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah. When your ass trying to get home for Thanksgiving, ready to get that Thanksgiving meal. Sorry, all the flash McCann. The only thing we got is Southwest. I'll take it.
Give me 3 seats.
I won't.
And I want 3 hamburgers because I've had to wait so long.
I'll take the whole trip peanuts.
Hasn't heard the last of this plus-sized passenger.
How dare you? You want to embarrass me? Guess what? You're embarrassed now. In a big, bad way.
I'm Yanja Denise.
I don't think Southwest gives a fuck. I mean, come on.
Yeah, they're not listening to Smoochcast.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
I think Southwest has learned a PR lesson from this, and I think they'll probably have to go through some training now, whatever. But embarrassed? No.
Oh yeah, well, I'm sure somebody got yelled at too. It's like, you guys fucking had to throw Kevin Smith
out of all the
fucking people. Yeah, like that fucking guy they took a picture of. That motherfucker should have been thrown off, not Kevin Smith.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it, people! Peter, you're fired. Get out of here. You never work in this town again.
We had fucking Shrek sitting on the plane a few months ago, and he stayed. So they did take a picture. If you probably couldn't hear it too well, but they took a picture of this huge fucking guy.
He was a big guy.
And he's sitting on the plane with no problem. I mean, that was the point they should have made, because the point was like, look, they're making fun of this big guy. The point they should have made is, this fucking, ogre is on this fucking flight, and meanwhile Kevin Smith is getting kicked off.
I was trying to figure out, like, how in the fuck did that dude get? That's the biggest mystery. How in the fuck did that big dude get in that fucking chair? I mean, there's fucking armrests there that don't move. I'm like, did his ass just swallow that up? What happened? How is he sitting down? Somebody send this to Unsolved Mystery.
Yeah, exactly. Shit, he must be like a deformed guy where he's like, his upper body is big, but his ass is like this small, Ass is about as small as a shoebox.
That was a crazy picture.
And that dude that was sitting next to him, did you see what that dude was looking at? He was like, holy shit.
I know.
Please don't fall asleep and lean on me.
Tiny Tim, right next to him.
Who bought these 2 seats? Dave and Goliath?
But man, when they showed that picture of that lady, I was waiting for her to go, oh, fuck. I thought I had problems.
Man, hold it. Maybe.
Whoa.
Okay.
Holy shit.
I don't think I'm fat anymore looking at that guy.
God damn.
Hey, but man, look, here's my point here. I know we're sitting here, we're making jokes about fat people. First of all, I don't blame Kevin Smith for being
not at all.
I don't blame him for being upset. As far as like you embarrassed Southwest Airlines, I don't think you did that.
Anybody has the right to be pissed off getting thrown out of a plane, especially when you're not that big. Yeah, if you like you said, if you're sitting down, you got the seatbelt on. I mean, give me a fucking break.
I don't see it. I just don't see it. Man, I don't know. Maybe he was on a smaller flight. I'm a smaller aircraft.
Yeah, we don't know that. But he has every right to be fucking pissed off because hey, that's how people react.
Yeah, I mean, he was have every right to do so. He didn't see that shit coming. That ruined his fucking day. I mean,
he's like, you know what? I'm fucking Kevin Smith. I can fucking buy all these fucking seats right now if I want. In my dreams, but
he was going to say, well, he should have done that, But
no, he was cool. I mean, he didn't take it out on the people. He didn't stay on that plane and bitch up a storm, and prevent the goddamn flight from leaving.
He would have been detained like Joan Rivers.
Yeah, right.
They had his ass walking out with a crack cattle prod. But no, and Southwest Airlines, look, I don't think that they have anything to really worry about. They actually, I've had a great experience every time I've ridden Southwest, and I have a friend that works there who I just talked to recently, and he's like, yeah, everybody here is pissed about it. They think he's being whiny about it, but, what are you going to do?
Right.
Southwest is not really that worried about it. So, but like I said, I'll be more upset if I felt like Southwest just kind of didn't do anything. They issued an apology, and I think that they will look at their protocol. Now, my real issue here is that, we're making jokes about fat people because we make jokes about everybody when we talk about them.
That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do. But
it's comedy show.
I think that while all the jokes are going around and all the people are saying things like, well, just lose weight, or this is a problem where you're being whiny, and you're being privileged, you feel like you're privileged and you should have preferential treatment. It's like I would say for some people, there is, but for some people, they have a weight problem.
Yes.
Obesity is probably
It's considered it is a problem.
It is considered a disease. It is considered a problem. Some people it's easy for somebody. I don't have a weight problem, so I'm not going to sit up here and talk about what people should do and what they shouldn't do who do have weight problems. Some people they have heavier builds.
Right.
Some people it really is a mental disorder for them. Some people it is somewhat of a disease. Some people don't even aren't educated enough to know that they have better alternatives. I mean, so. Hey, Ruben, what's up? Oh, Ruben the man. Hey, what's going on? I'm just recording in here. I'm just recording. No, that's okay. We'll be done a little bit. Okay. All right. You want to shut? Yeah, we'll be done a little bit. Y'all thought we were lying, didn't you? But now, who was I? I was like saying, it's some people just some people are too. I mean, they're poor. They're not educated, and they eat like bad food because it's cheap and easy to get.
Yeah, everyone's situation is different. I mean, a lot of times it's because all you can afford is cheap fast food.
Yes.
I mean, especially with the economy today, a lot of people are eating just way shittier, and a lot of times you can't help that. I mean, that's all you can afford. It's more expensive to find decent food, healthier food out there than it is to find. I mean, you can't find cheap healthy food at all. I mean, you're and with every goddamn fast food place around the corner, and on top of that, you got your kids who are running around after school, like running up to the McDonald's buying like $1 hamburger or something.
Yeah, it's cheap, man.
Yeah, it's just cheap.
And I really don't like the attitude of people who have money and who are living a nice lifestyle and who are healthy and beautiful coming out and saying, well, you should eat fresh. You should go to the market and buy this kind of food. You should do. First of all, we have markets here that sell organic food. They sell, a lot of food where it's healthy. It's considered to be healthy food, and even the prepackaged food is kind of more expensive than the food you find at H-E-B at the corner store, even a fast food joint.
Right.
Your organic food sometimes that's a little more expensive, and these stores. They're not always in the same neighborhood. Sometimes they're out of reach,
Yeah, they are.
I mean, it's easy for some people to go up to the H-E-B who have to take a fucking bus than for that person who has, a nice wage who can drive their nice car over to the Whole Foods and buy healthy food.
And I dare somebody to find a Whole Foods like in a shitty neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly.
I dare you to find that somewhere.
You can get in your car and hop over to the farmer's market and buy your shit, but what if I don't have a fucking car and I'm poor?
Right.
So, just people need to have a little understanding. Now, the flip side of that, because I ain't letting fat people off the hook either. That association for fat acceptance to me is fucking wrong. Anytime you have fat acceptance, I mean, because they're not talking about accept people who are big. I mean, people who are big are people who say, I have a certain body build, and even I'm not gonna look like a model. I got curves. I'm a bigger person. Right. I'm just built that way, and I can exercise all I want to. But this is gonna be it. And look, the body mass that I have is actually considered to be healthy for my build. That's probably what we consider to be a little larger, like maybe a little bit over that. But now you got people who are obese who. I'm like probably thinking about this fat acceptance group and thinking like, I should be accepted for being obese. No, obesity is something that should not be accepted so easily. Obesity leads to diabetes, high blood pressure. I grew up in a neighborhood where people, I mention this all the time, people lost limbs because of diabetes.
Oh yeah.
People
I know.
very ill because of high blood pressure.
Right.
Obesity is nothing that should be treated lightly at all. And this fat acceptance deal.
I get annoyed because a lot of the people who would, I mean, I don't know what's going on with the fat acceptance. This is the first time I ever heard of that group. I don't know exactly what they're about, who they're catering to as far as this group is concerned, what they actually do besides, yell at people for like Southwest for not accepting fat people on their planes. But it's not a healthy way of thinking. I think people should be motivated to eat better, and you can find cheaper ways to do that, but you have to really want it, and you have to really try hard, especially for the kids today, man. A lot of these kids today are just, I know for the longest time I was blaming a lot of these school systems that were allowing companies into their schools like Pizza Hut and, Taco Bell and certain companies like that to come inside the school and sell this junk to kids. And I knew the schools were doing it to raise money, because that's the only way they can do it. That's why they allow Coca-Cola and Pepsi, to have their machines brought into the schools to have, kids easily accessible to soda all day.
Oh, man. And that's the thing. I look at the way people eat. I mean, this country, obesity in America has that woman was right. That the skinny blonde chick in that video. One thing she did have a point is that we are getting wider, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we are doing we're becoming a country where we eat worse and we're more inactive.
Yeah.
And people just sit around and I'm telling you, drinking Cokes.
Oh yeah.
Drinking soda all day, not having any water, not eating any vegetables. I mean, it's killing you.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you know what? You're not even going to realize. I mean, when you're a kid, you can kind of get away with it because, I knew a lot of kids I know a lot of adults right now who are skinny as fuck and they eat the worst shit I've ever seen in my life, only because that's just their genetics. They have a fast metabolism, and a lot of the times their metabolism is so fast that they actually, I know a guy, this is a good point as far as just saying everyone has a unique situation, especially when it involves your body chemistry and your genetics. I know a guy who goes out of his way to eat as much junk as possible just to gain weight because his metabolism works so fast.
Well, what does he do also?
It makes
is he very active? Does he do anything?
No, he's not active. He can't be active because if he's active, he gets skinnier and his health deteriorates because he's so skinny. Because it's I don't know if there's probably a name for what he has, because I've actually known 3 guys with the same problem, to where they have to drink protein shakes a lot, they have to eat like protein bars a lot, and on top of that they go and try to eat junk food to gain weight, because if they don't, their health will start to deteriorate because just their metabolism is moving so fast that it makes them weak. It makes their immune systems not as strong.
Well, those are special cases.
Those are special cases, but I see a lot of that. But there's with these types of stories. I mean, everyone's story is so different. But as far as people who just are easily accessible, that's the thing that I'm more pissed off about a lot of times, where you hear these reports about these kids getting fat, and I'm like, well, look at the real problems. I mean, the real problems are these companies coming in. Since we're not giving enough money to schools, to help them, to basically put books in the class. The schools are having to go to these corporations like, the Pepsi Corporation or, the Taco Bells and all that to get money, so they bring in their shit into the schools, which leads to these fat kids.
Meanwhile,
that sucks.
They cut back on PE, they cut back on recess.
They cut back on art. I mean, they cut back on music. I mean, so it's kind of a double-edged sword, because without these companies, these schools probably can't even afford the books, So there needs to be a priority as far as something set to where we need to find a way to fund these schools a lot better without them having to resort to going to these fast food companies, which, is making the kids fat. Because, if I'm a kid and I don't know any better, I see a Coke, I'm fucking going to get it. I don't give a fuck. If I got like somewhat half-assed decent lunch line meal, why don't I just go for the pizza at Pizza Hut that I know tastes good? I mean, the only problem I have it on the weekends. Kids are going to do that.
Well, the only problem I see with that is the only thing you could do is like probably have a active physical education program.
And educate. Well, I can easily say educate at home, which.
Well, I was just gonna say, they need to have because like I said, they're cutting back on things like recess in some schools, and I ain't letting the kids out there. I don't want to sound like these people, like
which sucks.
But it sucks. But they're doing that. But in high school, it's like kids are either going to if they have an open campus, if they can't get it on the campus, they'll go somewhere else and get it. So all you can do is just talk to kids about how to eat, give them healthy options there as well, and then
you can hope.
If you can,
I think we're all fucked, but
I think you're all fucked too. But anyway. But I think also that I don't know, man. I'm looking at it. I'm just kind of like, there's a difference between somebody who does have a real problem with their weight and some people who just eat
because they want to, because they can just do it. Which I have a problem with those people too, because you know what, those people tend to be real dicks a lot of times.
Really?
I've seen. I've seen, especially girls. I've been around a few bigger girls that, I mean, I don't know them personally, I've known them through people, but I know there's a couple of them that almost like it's this certain character trait in them to where, you know, they obviously don't care about their appearance. They eat as much as they want. You know, they go out of their way to make themselves look like a slob. And on top of that, the thing that pisses me off is that I notice them treat people bad. Like, there's this girl, she's a big girl. She was treating this waitress like horribly when I was around her.
Well, you're not saying it's about every big girl, though, right?
No. I'm talking about people who have this attitude like, I'm big, so what? If you don't love me, we got a problem, you know. And I'm gonna eat as much as I want, and I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. And if anybody has a problem, I'm gonna tell them to fuck off, you know. But at the same time, those people with those character traits, I notice they normally treat people like shit around them because, you know, I'm sure they get called fat, they get called all kinds of shit, not only because they're fat, but because of this, they're not.
Well, you know where it comes from.
They're not nice people.
Yeah, you know where it comes from, probably, because there's another problem with obesity and being extremely overweight is there's a lot of low self-esteem with it. You're getting criticized
that's the
all
biggest.
the time.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah, you get very defensive, and sometimes you don't know what to do about it, and sometimes you can't help it, and so you attack. You know, but
and that's something you shouldn't do because you're not. I mean,
you shouldn't do it.
It sucks. Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, especially if somebody's like waiting on you. Like, this is the problem I had with this person. Like, it was an older lady waiting on this person, and this big chick was treating her like the ultimate bitch because she wasn't getting her ketchup on time. This waitress wasn't running fast enough to get her water or her fucking ketchup. And I'm just like, really? I mean, you're really going to act like that? I mean, you are becoming everything that you hate, I'm sure, about people.
Yeah.
So why do
treat
that?
waitresses like shit too? I think that's just an attitude problem, you know.
But I mean, but with this person, like I said, it's just gluttony in every sense of the word. And I hate it. You know, I don't like it. I don't like it when I don't like when skinny people act like that.
Yeah,
either.
no, it's just that's problem of an attitude adjustment that needs to happen right there.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like this.
But that type of person, I think, would join a group like that
to justify the overweightness instead of trying to take care of it. No, for people who really do have a problem, I hope that people approach that like it is a problem and don't try to judge right off the bat. But as for all those some of these other people who just have a problem with just eating. And they just eat because they want to eat, and then they could help that problem. They just cut back, stop drinking Coke so much, stop eating so many hamburgers. You know, stop. I mean, eat. Even if you don't want to give up like something like meat for a while, just eat more lean meat. You know, I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah,
I don't know. You don't have to stop.
It's easier said than done.
No, it is easier said than done. But you know what? I don't drink Cokes. You know, I don't know. Maybe if I did drink, honestly, I don't have a weight problem. But you know what? I haven't given myself the opportunity to see if I have a weight problem because I don't eat that fucking bad. You know, I haven't cut out meat from my diet. I just got back from a steakhouse 2 days ago. I can't even finish the whole steak. But you know, I had it. You know, I had some. You know, it's like maybe it's the way I think. I don't know, because at one time I did drink a lot of Cokes. I did eat a lot of candy. You know, I just when I went to basic and my sister told me I was getting fat. You know, I just cut out a lot of shit out of my diet.
That's the only time it matters too. When your family member says, you know, you're getting fat.
Yeah. Look, when I was 18, my sister told me, Corey, you're getting fat. And then when I went to basic, I felt a whole lot better. I was drinking more water, eating better food, and ever since I've been in college. Goddamn computer stopped. Anyway, I was saying was ever since I've been in when I was in college and got out and everything, I was like I haven't gone back to eating that bad, and I still eat. I haven't cut out everything out of my diet. I still have candy. I still have hamburgers. I just don't. I'm like you said, I'm not a glutton with it.
Yeah.
Everything in moderation, you know. And
that's the key. That's what I always tell everybody. You know what? You can still eat those foods. I'm like, you know, a lot of these people I see trying to get on these diets, or they're like completely doing a 180 on what they normally is. Like, your body doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. You know what? Eat less. Take little bites. Chew your food and learn to enjoy that. A lot of people, you know, this fucking I gotta hurry up, do shit. This crazy lifestyle that people are living. No, there's time to slow down when you're eating.
Yes.
All right, you don't have to. You know. Learn to schedule your time better, so where you can sit your ass down and chew your fucking food and enjoy it. Take some sips of water, you know,
and it'll make your shit better.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
No, and drink and you know what? And drink water. A lot of people think like these days, people think like drinking water is bad. Like drinking water makes you like a pussy or something.
It don't taste like nothing, Corey.
It's just water. What am I gonna drink?
I want
water?
that sweet taste of Coke.
Yeah, listen to, I hate to use this example, but Artie Lang, I used to always listen to him on Howard Stern. I'd be like, you motherfucker, man. You have the nerve to sit up and talk about people, and call people like pretty much faggots for eating healthy. And drinking water because he's like, when I'm gonna drink water, I'm not gonna drink.
Corey, that's a defense mechanism.
I'm not gonna eat fruits. When I'm gonna eat fruit, I want a fucking pizza. I want a pie.
I'm a fucking man.
Yeah, I mean that's it. It's like
I know fruit.
That whole thing of like I'm a man because I eat nothing but meat. I'm like, you're gonna be a fat fucking dead man after a while.
Takes a fruit to eat a fruit.
Yeah, well, I'm a fucking fruit then.
You fruit pebbles, Corey.
Yeah, shit. That whole getting up and eating breakfast, eating eggs, sausage, baked breakfast is one of the worst things you can fucking eat to start the day.
What?
Yeah, breakfast.
No, breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
That's going to clog up your fucking heart.
No, but breakfast is like when you wake up, breakfast is, people say if you're going to eat a lot, you eat during breakfast because that'll give you enough energy to burn throughout the day.
Well, I'm just saying be careful what you eat because the customary
if your breakfast breakfast consists of 8 sausages and a piece of toast, then you're not doing it right.
Yeah, you sit up there eating the Mac griddle, which is fucking eggs, cheese, bacon, sausage.
How do you know what it's made out of?
Because I used to eat that shit. Once a year. Corey,
you getting fat.
I fucking treat myself. Then I cry all day. Why did you do this? No, then and that shit is sandwiched between 2 waffles full of syrup. And
I can't stop eating this clown food. My sister called me fat.
Ronald sitting over there looking at me laughing. No, people. The sum up, the lesson to be learned here is like, don't be so quick to judge heavy people because you know what they got. But at the same time, this advocacy group, they don't need to be like advocating overweight people. They don't need to make people feel like they have a past to be overweight.
Right.
So,
that's true.
Yeah, it's counterproductive and it's unhealthy. God damn it.
Rock! Yes! Rock! I'm fat! I'm fat! No! Whoa.
They should have during that whole that fucking broadcast, that little segment, they should have played Weird Al Yankovic's Fat.
I'm fat. I'm fat.
They should have started that shit out. Yo, ding dong, man. Ding dong, yo.
Oh man, we haven't seen you at the pizzeria lately.
Yeah, where you been? I know I got a slice around here somewhere.
You ain't fat. You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. See, it pays to be a robot, Corey. You don't have to worry about that shit ever. I always look beautiful.
Leak a little oil everywhere, get a little spit shine every now and then.
Hell yeah. Got it made in the shade.
Well, listen. Drinking lemonade.
Made in the shade with my lemonade.
Lemonade was a popular drink.
And
be careful. Still is.
Be careful how much beer you drink, too.
Yeah, if you heard last
that dude turned. We both gained about 20 pounds.
Well, you know something? I think, and I don't know for sure, but I think it's been proven like, beer, it's not, there's calories in that.
Oh, yeah.
The thing about sodas, man, this fucking sodas are empty calories and just sugar. I mean,
you know
that shit, those empty calories turn into fat.
Is. Oh, yeah. And the thing is that for the longest time, I mean, I'll admit this. The only sweet thing I ever do, I'm a robot, so I don't do a lot of shit. Cokes. That is my one
weakness,
big vice. Yeah, is Cokes, and I started cutting back to one a day at least. But I tell you what, one time I tried to cut it out for a week, and I almost did it. But doing that it's Coke is a drug. I'll say that because that shit is just, it's caffeine. It's all it is.
Oh yeah, no.
And the thing is, I tried to go cold turkey, and I felt like I was on heroin. I got the jitters. I woke up one night sweating. I mean,
Coke and caffeine. If you ever tried to like leave caffeine for a while, notice how many headaches you get.
No, I had
the withdrawals.
I had the worst headache because of withdrawals, and it was a nightmare. And I was like, holy fuck, you know what? This shit is a drug for crying out loud.
No, caffeine is a drug, man. Yeah. Caffeine is a straight up drug. And here's the deal, man. What was I going to say? Beer. I don't have any studies there. I think with beer, it's a lot of things that go with beer that also help. I mean, I think beer doesn't really add on that much weight if you just drink beer by itself. But a lot of times people are having beer and hamburgers or a lot of snacks with beer.
Pretzels and shit.
Yeah. And so it's a lot of the accoutrements that come with beer.
Well, you think about pretzels too. I mean, you don't see that as much as at the bar. But I notice pretzels. Sometimes you should notice pretzels and popcorn, and you think about all the sugar intake. I mean, the salt intake when you're eating that shit. It's crazy. Because salt.
That's your high blood pressure, right?
Yeah,
there.
salt will fuck with you, man.
Okay, let's see. This is from Brett. My man Brett has been trying to get his question answered for a while.
Okay, I can
Brett
only
came to
imagine.
Austin actually.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he hung out here.
Oh wait, did he come by a couple weekends ago?
Yeah, he came by.
Because I think he sent me something too, and I was gonna write you back and say I was gonna tell you sorry. I was going through some shit that weekend and I didn't get to hang out at all. But anyway,
yeah. Well, he said he's coming back.
I remember.
Good
for him. You have a good time with him, Corey.
Yeah. God damn. He's a cool guy. He's a real cool guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's got a little sweet deal worked out where he can fly a lot back and forth as he pleases. So.
Oh, so he don't have a fat problem. All right.
No, they ain't kicked him off the plane yet. He only has to get one seat.
Yeah.
Fat, he's the anti-fat. That kid is so skinny. I don't like to even see him on the plane because he's so skinny.
He has that problem where he's trying to gain weight.
That's a sweet dude. He just walks on the plane. Nobody sees him. He's so skinny. You feel some wind go by?
Give me 4 hamburgers.
All right, it says he's an invisible man with a big head. Brett says, gentlemen, from what you have seen so far, are you excited that Tron is finally coming out? And do you think it will be worth the wait? I have been wanting to see this Tron movie for a while, and the first Tron was not that good of a film, if you ask me, story-wise, but the look of it is so incredible.
Yeah,
man.
it's one of a kind. I mean, when I first saw Tron, I fell in love with it. But yeah, it was more the look and the idea of it, not so much the story. You watch it now, and it's pretty clunky, but the visual effects, I mean, they 10 years ago, they were still blowing me out of the water. And I was thinking, how come nobody's really tried to do something more with this series, for crying out loud? It's screaming for a sequel or something, a new fucking reboot or something.
Well, that's for years. I mean, when I was a kid, I was like, wow, I would love to see this movie be remade. And when computer technology, post Jurassic Park came out, I was like, man, you know what? I would just love to see this movie be remade with current technology now, because they could really do an incredible job with that neon glow look that they pioneered, and the new technology would be great. And so when I heard that they were making another one, I thought they were making a reboot, but it turned out to be a sequel.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm not so sure about this. But as this project came together, I became a little more excited. I was like, well, because they got Daft Punk to do the soundtrack.
Yeah, which I heard about that. Yeah.
There's a song that's going around. I heard that it's not the real song. But it's a cool song, and if it wasn't a movie, I'd be like, wow. But anyway, so I'm looking forward to it. And I got Jeff Bridges back to play his from his old role in the first movie, and hopefully this time they'll have a better story, because I always thought that the original story was really stupid.
Yeah. No, you're right. And I was when I saw the trailer from, I don't know what Comic-Con it was, but when they issued that out and that was leaked online, and I saw what it looked like, I was like, okay, fuck yeah, I'm ready for this. I can't wait, and I can only hope the story will be so engaging that, hopefully I'll get 2 more Tron films out of it. So, hopefully, I hope the movie fucking kicks ass. I hope it's great,
Yeah, I hope so too, man. Okay, here's a question from Matt MTL, who has a question about the Spill Party.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to mention the Spill Party. If people, we have confirmed the Spill Party for June 25th. We have not confirmed who's coming as far as musical acts or directors, but we're getting that underway because we just got approved for it. But June 25th and 26th is what we're planning on. We do know we're going to have a Spill Film Festival. I'm heading up to New York on Thursday so we can start planning all this shit out. I'm going to come back and talk to you guys about some events that you might want to do there.
Okay.
I think we are going to at least have all of us going to be part of the film festival.
Right.
As far as judging it and hosting it, and then we're gonna do I think we'll do a panel, all of us.
We should invite Raymond. We should look for him.
We should invite some people we always talk about, like to make special appearances.
Well, no, we should have him as one of the judges for the film festival. Yeah.
He'll just be talking the whole thing.
The hell is this?
We be clubbing.
We be clubbing.
Raymond, boy. You ever met the judge? That'd be great. Him and come on ass.
Yeah. Oh boy, that guy
You fucking people.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
But he says, my name is Matthew and I live in Montreal, all the way up in Canada. I was thinking about going to the Spill party. It would take me 2 days to reach Austin in a Greyhound bus, which sounds fucking brutal. It will be. But I might be able to manage. I was just wondering if you knew about any Spill members planning to book rooms as a group for cheap. I know that Metal Virgin and Stephanie and Mexicano, they're all getting together right now. She said there's a bunch of people geeking out about the party now. They're getting and people are trying to get together to figure out how to travel with each other.
Those guys had a room last year. With you guys,
they're probably going to try to do what they did last year and stay at this Super 8 that's right off I-35.
Right.
But we're going to be one of the reasons why I'm going up to New York to talk about this is because since there's so much planning and money going into it now, we're going to put up a website and I'm going to try to go around town and see if I can get some deals with some hotels nearby where most of the events are happening, and that way people can start planning their trips. And I encourage people to like plan trips with each other. I would get on the site and put up groups and say, put up notices and discussions saying, hey, I'm going to the party. Who lives near me? Who wants to travel together? Who wants to make a road trip or book a flight together? Or get on a bus or whatever. However you want.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Yeah, start up a group. As far as just saying, hey, look, this is where. This is when I plan on leaving. This is when I plan on arriving. And who wants to go in on a room and have kind of your itinerary out there. And hopefully some people will have the same,
Yeah, so there's still time to plan. There's still time to try to get people together in on a group to make things cheaper for you. But I would suggest that people wait just a couple of weeks for a little more details to come out if you can hold off. Yeah. All right, let's get a question from Mr. Venom. Oh, he said he has a let's do this question. Hey, where would I see an email message that might be answered on? Okay, what? That's a let's do this. A question about sending a question. If you notice people today, God damn it, send them to me. Shit.
Yeah, send them to Corey. Or send them to me. In my.
Send them to the co-host.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I've been getting no kind of emails except the same 3 I get every week.
Hey, come in. Okay. No, that's all right. We mentioned how good of a job you're doing on the place on the show, so I'm glad people probably didn't believe you existed.
Hey, brother, how's it going, man?
Hey, this is the co-host 3000 right here. Yeah.
Hey, that's right. Vato Locos forever.
Well, if you're done, you want to try to settle this now before you go then? I'll pause this and we'll try to settle this now. Because I know you want to head on out here. Did you fix the pipe already right here?
Yeah, I already squared it away.
Okay. You want to get together about the invoice then and everything?
I'll do that when you get back Monday.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That's cool.
It's going to be a long shit list of stuff. So,
okay.
I just want to go over it with you. But I do need that 40 though. I'll probably sneak in here before you get back to get it all wrapped up for you.
Okay.
If I can, but if I want to be Monday.
All right. We got one 40 ounce for you right here.
Yeah, I was about to say, is he asking for $40 or a 40 ounce? So that's how you paying him, Corey.
Yeah.
He said he works cheap. Damn.
Yeah, safe trip.
All right, man. Thanks,
Ruben.
man. Try not to say Where was I?
We were asking a question about a question.
About a question, yeah. Send them to co-host. Don't send them to me anymore. I send them both of us. Let's see. I'm trying to find. As you notice, people, we haven't like copied the questions down this week. We're kind of
we did an early show, so
we're doing an early show, starting in the middle of the day instead of going like 5:00 in the morning. So we didn't have time to copy questions and check them out beforehand. But here's one of these long ass questions. But since I don't know what else to do, this is a question from Zanjarath.
All right,
Zanjarath. Sanjahira.
Sounds like a Thundercat.
Right. I know. I think he has a picture of a Thundercat up here. No, it's a Predator. Oh. He's another Predator guy. I am rocking and rolling my ass off. Mm-hmm. Now, answer this question. Okay. Ever since the zombie show you had a long while back, I now own World War Z. This is the one you were talking about.
Yeah, that's
okay. And the survival guide and am fully prepared for the apocalypse, the zombie apocalypse. I guess he's talking about, not the chimpocalypse, because that's a whole different.
No, that's a whole nother
I think
story,
the chimps would win that.
Yeah, they probably
Chimps are fucking scary, man.
I
keep
know.
seeing more and more of them. I'm more terrified.
Yeah, I saw a video of this girl who was like in a bathing suit, and she was playing around with a chimp. And the girl was so beautiful, but when I was watching the video, I was so horrified. I was like, "This is like watching a horror movie right now." I'm like,
waiting for that chimp
I'm
to
waiting for
attack.
that fucking chimp to rip her fucking breast
up.
apart.
Yeah, exactly.
There's gonna be breast meat on the goddamn grass. I don't want to see that.
Jesus
Run! I was screaming
Save
at
your
her.
breast.
Run! I was trying to send her an email. Get the fuck out of there! Run, bitch!
we should like let a chimp go on Fat Tuesday down on 6th Street tonight.
Oh shit! No way, man. Those beanbags ain't gonna stop that fucking chip.
A chip with some beads on, and one of those like rubber breasts on.
Those fake breasts.
Fake breasts, yeah. Let them loose and run around 6th Street.
I want to, we ought to give it one of those fruit hats.
Except that breast, that chimp wouldn't do nothing about it. That chimp would be torn apart by a bunch of frat boys.
Yeah, it would.
Titties. Get off me! All right, so they say, let's see. But the fact that a movie is being made is a little scary to me, which leads to my question. Do you think that World War Z would be a better movie or a miniseries, say on HBO or something? The anthology style, to me at least, would be very hard to translate to the big screen with the varied characters and viewpoints. Thoughts? I've submitted this 3 times so far and would love for it to be answered. Love the show. Keep it up. I'm not going to answer that. No, I'm kidding. That dude's just, he's mad right now. He's looking like a chip. But no, I agree with him completely. I think that World War Z, that's one where I think we've been saying the whole time, like, that should be on HBO.
Yeah.
That because he's right. If you don't know what World War Z is, people, it's a sequel, kind of, to the Survival's Guide to what the zombie apocalypse. So the zombies survive. I got the book right over here.
The Zombie Survival Guide.
Yeah, let me look at it. I got the book right over here. Oh, was that simple? The Zombie Survival Guide.
Yeah. I was like, that's what I said.
Yeah, it's kind of a sequel. It's written by the same guy, Max Brooks, who
is the son of Mel Brooks.
Yes. Kind of took a different route with his sort of satire.
Right.
And the Zombie Survival Guide is written in a completely serious tone. It's written like
it's like interviews.
Well, no, that's World War Z. The Zombie Survival Guide is written like a handbook.
A handbook, yeah, a handbook.
If you open it up, you would think like, wow, did zombies really attack somewhere? Because this is written dead serious. And in the back of the book of the Survival Guide, they give these incidents of documented but not well known zombie attacks. And I guess Max Brooks took that approach to World War Z, which is a book of a lot of vignettes of first-hand accounts of what it was like after a worldwide zombie apocalypse.
Right.
Like the wars that happened, how people survived, how humanity was almost driven to extinction, how the soldiers were defeated at one of the most famous wars against a zombie attack in near, what was it called, the Battle of Yonkers in there?
Yeah, something like that.
Which is almost like the Battle of the Bulge or something, and then they give other accounts, like it's not all about zombies. They talk about things like how animals survive, how animals turn wild, how people got along with like not even being around zombies. It was just, it's an incredible book, and it's so dense and it's so full of all these stories.
It's impossible
that
to be turned at least into one movie. Yeah, I could see somebody like picking out like maybe 3 stories and try to intertwine it possibly, but I don't know. It would work better as a series.
It works so much better as a series. I mean, and now that they're doing the Walking Dead on AMC, which I can't wait. Frick Derek.
I know. I was telling somebody that last night. I was like, man, I am dying. Actually, somebody sent me an email thanking me that I suggested Dead Set, and I was like, you know what? With this whole new Walking Dead series on AMC, I hope they can bring that sense of like just that how that sense of dread that they did on Dead Set. I hope they can bring that to this television show, especially with the character development and just really like just throwing you into the story, like almost getting involved. You know, I would love for this series for people to get involved in it as much as they are in Lost. You know.
Yeah. I am waiting for that, and as everybody knows, I love zombies. I think we both love zombies.
Yeah.
And if they can do entertaining things with zombies, then we're all for that.
Yeah, especially an ongoing TV series.
Yes.
That would fucking make my world complete.
Now let's see what we have here. I know there's some people whose questions I have not answered. Let's see here. Maybe have I ever answered a question from Jesse?
Let's find out.
Jesse. I feel like I've answered a question from Jesse before, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Simply says I need a serious thought fucking. All right. We'll see if we can do that.
Okie dokie.
I just got accepted into college in a film course, and I was wondering, after you pass through the course, what do you have to do to not necessarily I forgot to put a word in there, to not necessarily Spielberg level, but to I guess he wants to say to get to a Spielberg level, but to a Hollywood earning a livable wage, telling stories director.
Pray to God.
Yeah. Suck a dick. I have my own ideas and just completed my first full-length movie, but it didn't take much more than enough to buy supper. So after my rambling, I asked, how do I get to Hollywood directing after college? Well, if I knew how, I'd be there.
Yeah, I know we'd be there right now. We've already tried.
Yeah. No. Actually, this is a good point, because I think with the movie that we worked on, we weren't trying to be Hollywood. We just wanted to make a movie.
Wanted to do something.
Yeah, but I think that if you really, really want to make it towards Hollywood, there's no set rule, there's no set way. We've answered this question so many times. I'll see if I can condense it down. One of the ways that may take some time, but is a little more of a sure way of doing that, is to work on a set, be a grip, be somebody that works in production,
be around that environment.
Be around that environment. Start out low. Be the guy in the mailroom kind of thing. You start out low and you learn the ropes, and then you might be doing things like lifting props, lifting cables, doing all this kind of stuff, but at least you're getting it. And if you're serious, then you start asking questions. You show some initiative. You start moving your way up. Now, the other way that you can do it is make your own film. Write a script and go out there and ask questions on how to get funding, because there is no one way to do it. There's grants that you can get. There's foundations that you can go to that could probably steer you in the right way. You could probably just pitch that script to as many people as you want and see what happens, even though you get that shit copyrighted and there's still no guarantee that somebody will rip you off.
Yeah.
Or you can combine it and work work on movie sets while you're on the side writing scripts.
Right.
And if you can make your own movie, make a short film. If you make a short film based on that, see what you can do to work your way up to getting a budget for a feature length film. I mean, there's no one way to go about it. All I can say is the thing that I've seen pay off the most is people. This is why only a select few people do this and make it. It's because the people who really, really, really are serious about it and have the staying power to keep doing this over and over again are to just finish completely, just simply complete something, because it's not easy making a film.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's not even easy writing a script. And that's if you already can do that, that separates you from the people who can't do it.
I knew a lot of people in those fucking short film classes, those film classes where a lot of those people couldn't even barely make a short. I mean, for crying out loud. But they were gung ho about being filmmakers.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you can barely make a short, then maybe your heart's not really into this.
Some people think they want to make movies, and some people really do want to make movies, and that's the God.
And the people who do it. They just do it. They don't think about it. They're not waiting for their big script to be. They're just doing something constantly.
Yeah, and they don't ever give up, no matter how hard it gets, and no matter how expensive it gets. They find a way to do it.
Oh yeah, and look at a lot of these big directors. Look at James Cameron. That motherfucker was directing Piranha, I think, or he wrote it. He did one of those things, and he was fired. But it didn't stop him. Shit.
Yeah. And look, the harsh truth is, the very harsh truth, you'll know if you're meant to do this or not. I mean, you honestly know, because you're going to be the person that actually does it. And you're going to learn the hard way if you're not that kind of person, because you're going to give up and it's going to get too hard. You're going to find something else to do. You're going to go and get another job that pays and it's easier to live a life with no challenges. I mean, you know, and then you're gonna look back and say, wow, I could have made this and that, but you know what? You just weren't meant for it because you didn't have the tenacity to just finish through. You didn't have the follow through.
You ain't got the talent.
You didn't have the dedication. That's all it comes to. It's like the dedication and discipline. You didn't have the dedication and discipline to do it.
And believe me, you can have all kinds of dedication and discipline because there are a lot of guys out there that are doing it, and a lot of those guys are on Cinemax making the TNA movies. But hey, they're making shit. Yeah, they're making shit. They're no Spielbergs, but they're making shit.
They're making shit. That's right.
They're making money. So when you bitching about this movie, oh man, that movie sucks. That's so stupid. Who fucking? Well, guess what? He made a movie. It's up there.
Yeah.
You know, he did more than you. Sitting down on your couch talking shit.
Talking about what could have been. Yeah.
Getting fat.
Yeah, trying to fly a plane.
Trying to kill me on the plane.
Let's see what we got here. This comes from Fuck Your Movie.
Oh, shit. Thanks.
Yeah.
We heard that after the premiere. Must be that same guy.
This guy's got 3 questions. Look, we're going to pick one. All right. We told you.
You don't listen, Corey. That guy don't listen.
Yeah, I tell people on the call-in show all the time, keep it down to one question.
But come on. Okay.
No, it's not even like that. They just casually do it like they didn't even listen to me. Yeah. And one more thing. And I was like, what? God damn it.
Thanks a lot for your call. So, yeah, man, what do you think about the new Batman movie coming out?
Damn it. I want to hang up on people, but okay.
That's not a question. I'm just talking.
How you doing? One. Okay, we're just going to pick one here. Right. One. Did you know that they were making a sequel to Dragon Ball Evolution? I'm not bullshitting you. 2, have you heard the criminally underrated movie called Earthbound? If you don't know about it, stop calling yourself. Oh, wait a minute. Have you heard of the criminally underrated game called Earthbound? Okay. And 3, have you heard of the Angry Video Game Nerd and the Nostalgic Critic?
I thought you said you were reading one question, Corey.
I was gonna pick one.
Oh, okay.
This is all. Have you heard? Have you heard that I'm not answering this shit?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Have you heard? Hey, motherfucker, have you heard?
If you haven't heard this, you suck.
Yeah, have you heard? Have you heard? Don't send bullshit questions. Do you hear me now?
I honestly thought that you were reading one question. That guy managed to get 3 questions in his one question. I was like, wow, that guy's pretty slick because Corey's still going.
No. God damn you. Fuck your question. How about that? Fuck your question.
Damn.
God damn it. No, fuck your movie. Look.
I haven't heard any of those things.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about them after you ask me about them.
There you go.
Jesus Christ. No, and no. Okay? Actually,
and your next 3 questions, no, and no again.
Actually, isn't the Angry Movie Dork on this site?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Yes, I've heard of him, and I've heard of. See, that's the thing. It's like, what if I did hear it? So what? Yeah. You know, what's your question then? You know, it's like, have you heard of this?
What are you gonna do now?
Yeah. No, I haven't heard of this. I know I haven't heard of that. And yes, I heard of those 2 guys.
No, I haven't heard of him, but I'm sure he's heard of me.
God damn it. Question with some fucking depth to it.
Damn, some passion.
Yeah. Don't give me a skinny question. Give me a fat question.
We need a question like that dude on that airplane. Big one.
The big old fat question. You know, don't give me no skinny.
Yeah.
Little skinny question.
Need some questions with calories.
All right. My girl, Kara, who's always telling me to go to bed. She's never asked a question before, so I'll read a question from her.
Kara.
Time for you to finally fuck one of my thoughts.
Damn, Kara, I didn't know you were so dirty.
I know. I like that. I've had sex with Kara before, people.
Damn.
No, I'm kidding.
Spreading rumors and lies.
I know. Spreading lies already.
Damn.
Just to be stupid, you know, just to be mean.
That's the last we'll hear of Kara.
Good. Maybe that's what I want.
Damn.
But before that, we'll fuck
she's a sweetheart.
Hers. Yeah, she's cool. She's real cool. She makes me laugh. Are there
makes me laugh.
She makes me smile. Are there any movies that you are so familiar with that by audio alone you can visualize the exact scenes? Yes, Training Day.
All of them. Shit.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
I'm a robot. I can do that. Yeah. Taxi Driver, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I think Pulp Fiction used to be one of those movies for me.
Pulp Fiction, yeah.
Because I used to listen to Pulp Fiction on somebody had an audio of it, and when I was working just in a cubicle all day, I listened to Pulp Fiction like probably about 2 times that day, like for a week, because it was like an easy way to pass the time. And really, that movie has such great dialogue that you can actually see the scenes acted out while you listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a whole lot of dead space in there when it's just audio.
I have a lot of those audio storytelling books, like the Star Wars, the original Star Wars ones. Yeah, you turn the page. Ewoks come. Ewoks. I hate this part.
Luke jumped his speeder bike before it crashed into a tree. Okay, turn the page. Yeah, those fucking books don't exist anymore.
I know, those kids don't know what the hell we're talking about.
It just be audio. Well,
they got the DVD now.
Yeah, they got the DVD, but they don't even exist anymore. Like, it used to be records and books. You put the record on and read the book with the record. And it always like and at the beginning of the record, they'd always say, when you hear the bell, that means turn the page. Bilbo got lost in the cave. Boom, boom.
Damn, this book is taking forever.
See a Playboy in that? You are now looking at her ass. Boom. You've moved up to her titties. Boom.
Now you're looking.
Those are her pubic hairs.
Yeah. She has 10 lines.
Oh, that last one is you get a hard on. Boom.
Yeah.
Let's see what we get. Let's see what we got here. D-respect.
Uh-oh. I'm scared of this question.
Better
don't talk shit about his question, Corey.
I need
get a cap in you.
Put a cap. You better respect these nuts here. I be needing to get a thought fucked, is what he says. Corey and Coast, I'm assuming you guys may or may not have experimented with drugs in your past. If
Never.
So, what are some of the hippest films you've ever seen while doing one of those drugs? I can't answer that. I will say this. Let me just say I didn't get the experience I wanted when I went to go see Waking Life. And I was kind of messed up.
You and I were there.
That's right.
Yeah, and we were drinking like idiots and fucking all that did was make us sick.
We got motion sickness.
I know, we got motion sickness. We're like, oh, this isn't as cool as I was hoping. All these squiggly lines. Yeah, I'm like, oh, fuck, my head. we got a headache in no time. Yeah. We weren't even halfway done with our beer. We're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, we just put that shit aside like, oh, I feel ill.
Fuck this.
Fuck this movie.
Oh, man. Well, my crazy experience was The Wall. I was doing things and watching that one. I'd never seen The Wall before. And I watched that, and I blacked out, and I was scared. That movie is fucking trippy.
I would
just
never
by
want to
itself.
Be on anything watching that.
Somebody put it on. Yeah, we were doing some stuff, and somebody put it on, and I'd never seen it, and I got so involved in it that it was just fucking strange. Yeah. Just being in that room and realizing what was going on, I was just looking around like, fuck, what the fuck is this? I didn't even know it was The Wall. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What am I watching? I was scared.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's one movie. That movie just freaked me out enough.
Yeah.
Sober.
Mm-hmm. I want to see it again just to see what the fuck I was looking at.
Man, I got an email from my man Rinky
Dog.
Rinka from The Hague, a friend of mine from Amsterdam.
Okay.
Really nice guy. This guy, he was real cool. He hung out with us for a day, getting some lunch with us, and with me and Noah and this other guy named Ryan. Yeah, I want to go to Japan with Ryan.
Whoa,
right? Like you think of the Netherlands, and when we hang out in the city, when we in Amsterdam, they're like Ryan is like this black kid, and like spoke English, but he spoke English like perfect with no accent or anything, and you're thinking like over in the Netherlands, man. At least I guess in certain cities like Amsterdam, I know that's a big major metropolis. Metropolitan area. I guess a lot of kids are growing up like watching American TV and looking at a lot of English speaking shows and movies, and they just speak English better than some of the people over here in America.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you think they speak Dutch or some shit.
I didn't know where that was going because all I heard was I want to go to the Netherlands with Ryan.
No, I want to go to Japan.
Oh, Japan.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
you said the Netherlands.
Did I say?
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
did.
I want to go to Japan.
I was like, what? What are you talking about, Corey?
I'm gonna go back and check that out too. 'Cause I think I said
No, you said the Netherlands. That's why I was like, I want to go to the Netherlands with Ryan. And I was like, damn, when you fall in love with that?
I'm only doing this because I want to. One of us gonna get made fun of here. I'm gonna listen to this shit.
Check, please. I was like, what the hell?
Fuck you.
God damn it.
I told you I said.
I was listening to another show.
Yeah, in your head.
I know. I'm sorry.
When I went back to check on that, we went through an ordeal. I the computer crashed and
like 30 minutes later.
30 minutes later, then I had to go and check some stuff that was sent over and. I had to go make sure Ruben didn't destroy the house. And let's see, what were we talking about? Because I had to restart the computer.
Beats me. Oh, you were talking about Ryan and going to Japan.
Rinka. Oh, and then we're talking about the dude Rinka from Amsterdam.
Oh, okay.
Or The Hague, at least.
Yeah.
He wants to know, out of all the Indiana Jones movies, he says the trilogy or the quadrilogy or quadrilogy, whatever, because some people pretend like the Crystal Skull doesn't exist.
Right.
You know what? At this point, I got to say that. And yes, I know people, I gave the movie full price when it came out. I know that. I look back at the movie and I really
think we all did.
Yeah, there's movies. Look, I'm not backtracking because there's some movies I would defend whether you like them or not. And that one, I was just like, what was I? Was I just that nostalgic for Indiana Jones?
What were any of us thinking? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw it, I was like, it's fun, but you know what? I never watched that film ever again and never saw it on DVD. Never honestly cared to. So
yeah. I think
can't be that great if I don't want to go revisit it.
And I got to admit, it was just dumb.
Yeah,
just dumb.
Well, it's silly. I mean, it became like a spoof of the Indiana Jones film.
That's what it felt like. Yeah. Once Shia LaBeouf started swinging with the monkeys and everything.
Yeah.
Like, there were some cool scenes in the movie, but for the most part, it just didn't seem to have that spirit or the enthusiasm.
Right. It's not the Indiana Jones movie I wanted as far as, Indy being an old guy. I almost wanted like a Rambo type movie. Him like, somewhat gritty and just fed up with everything and people and, only because just looking at his character, he always seemed like cranky and fed up.
Yeah,
and,
didn't he?
Yeah, so I was expecting a little bit more of that, but when I saw it, I was caught up in all the special effects and the big hoopla.
Yeah, it should have been called Indiana Jones and the Fuck You.
Yeah.
Tired of this shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm tired of everything.
Yeah, no, the first one is the best to me.
Yeah.
And the second one is silly, but for some reason that second one is a lot more fun than the Crystal
It is. You know what? The second one, as cartoonish as the second one is, it's a lot. It's just a bigger roller coaster ride more than the last film.
And you know what? As silly as that second one is, it still had some like freaky images in it.
Oh yeah, it had some great
out the heart.
Mushugari.
Yeah. Kalima. Yeah, no.
Short round. I mean, come on. It was a short round. He's awesome. Sorry.
I love this when they pull that dude's heart out. And that Jones like, he's still alive.
The dining table scene where they're opening up that snake and Short Round's looking at all those little snakes coming out of that bigger one.
I know.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I forgot about that scene actually.
Oh
man.
dude, I love that. Ooh, chilled monkey brains.
Chilled monkey brains. Love that. Who can forget that?
I know, man. They needed more shit like that in that last one if they were going to get so cartoonish.
That last movie just seemed to be one action sequence after another. It didn't seem like a sweeping adventure.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't give two shits about the Shia LaBeouf character.
No, I didn't.
But no, the first one will always be my favorite because when they were making that film, they didn't know they were making an Indiana Jones film. You know, they were just trying to make a good film, solid character, and fucking Harrison Ford was badass, played very realistically, I thought, more so than all the other films, and it was just a cool storyline, man. I'm looking for the arc, and especially at the end, man, when all hell breaks loose, oh man, that scene is just awesome, where all the spoiler alert, all the faces are melting, people are screaming.
Everybody, if you don't know about the face melting scene now, you know. I love when what's the frog kraut guy?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I can't remember
his name either. But I remember him looking in there and he's like his face is melting like
yeah. Then his jaw came unhinged and started sliding off his face. I was like, badass.
Yeah. You know how they did that effect, right?
What? No.
For the face melting? I think it's time lapse. It's a wax face with either red dye or red wax underneath it. And so they fast forwarded it, like they heated it with a lamp. I mean, our hair dryer or something.
Hair dryer.
Time lapsed it so it seems like his face is like melting right there.
I thought that was real.
Yeah, I thought they really melted that guy's face. He never saw the guy acting again. Well, hey, man, that's it.
That's it. Yeah, we're done.
We're done. We've been
Or this
here.
goddamn thing craps out on us. Yeah.
But thank you.
Good show.
Yeah, it was. And
Yeah.
sunlight was out. We started, and it's dark now,
That's
so we
right.
can officially say goodnight.
Oh, that's right. Good night. Eat your celery. Go to bed.
Get to the chopper!